Unforgettable 920.
The Oregon School Activities Association welcomes you to this broadcast of an OSAA U.S. Bank Les Schwab Tires State Championship event. U.S. Bank is proud to celebrate its 27th year of supporting OSAA state championships. Les Schwab Tires celebrating more than 55 years of pride in performance. Now enjoy the greatest sporting event around, a high school state championship.
In a second.
The following sports broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Eads Broadcasting and the Unforgettable 920 KSHO. Welcome to the Oregon School Activities Association U.S. Bank Les Schwab Tires State 5A Girls Basketball Playoffs. Today's game featuring the West Albany Bulldogs is brought to you by Delene Myers of Albany's Remax Integrity, Like New Appliance, Northwest Apparel and Graphics, Burgerville, and by Power Honda. Now get ready for Bulldogs basketball. With all the action, here are Radio Ryan and Wally Ordeman live on 920 KSHO.
Good evening once again to you. Welcome back to West Albany High School. For the second time in less than 24 hours, the theme is the same. A home win tonight, and we're off to Eugene. The boys punched their ticket last night. The girls look to follow suit. In fact, looking for their fourth consecutive trip to the state tournament in Eugene. We'll find out if West Albany can pull it off tonight as they play host to Churchill here on KSHO. Welcome back, everybody. Ryan Pitts, Wally Ordeman, and Jeff Kiter here with you tonight. Wally, West Albany has made Eugene really their second home in March for the last 4 seasons. They're trying to make it back again this year. They finished as high as second in the state tournament, and this year somehow they've managed to raise the bar. They're unbeaten at 23-0. There are only 2 unbeaten girls teams in the entire state of Oregon. Ironically, both nicknamed Bulldogs. Sutherland is the other. But West at 23-0, the best regular season in school history. Number 2 in the power rankings. A favorable draw here tonight with Churchill at home. Looking like a favorite to get to state again.
They really are, and such momentum coming into this game too. They got to rest for a few days, got the bye as the result of having a top 8 seed or power ranking. They get rested. If they're nicked up at all, they get to rest that, and then they come in and get the home game tonight. The home crowd, the band's here, another festive atmosphere. Ryan, just hope they play to their potential. We have no reason to believe that they won't.
West Albany's been solid, of course, all season long. 14-0 in the Mid-Atlantic Conference. Really just blew their way through league play. We saw them play a couple of times during the regular year, announced them once, and that was the Civil War game against South Albany, a game that West won 55-33. And in that game, we saw the basic recipe that they followed all season long. Great outside shooting with Corey James and Kaya Duvall. Great inside play with Ali Nelke and Ashton Signer. Great defense from Lauren Concert.
Yeah, and a lot of transition buckets, too. They get out, they get themselves into passing lanes. They estimate so well. When Lauren Concert's on defensively, she always is, she estimates, and her instincts are so good that she gets a lot of intercepted passes, goes the length of the floor. The Bulldog girls run the floor so well that they get so much in transition. When they need to run their half-court sets, they do it beautifully. A lot of good perimeter ball movement. They move the ball back and forth very well. They look to go inside out. And Ali Nelke, she may be kind of the diamond in the rough here. We watched her against South Albany. So impressive. As a sophomore, her inside presence is really being felt by this Bulldog team. Grabs a lot of boards. Just really solid inside. You talk about Corey James and Ashton Signer and Kaya Duvall. We know that she can get hot from outside. And Lauren Concert as well. You talk about these girls. But Ali Nelke, she is the key to a lot of these Bulldog victories because of her inside presence.
Ali Nelke is the 4th leading scorer on the team at 8.7 points per game. But in 7 of her last 9, she's gone for double figures. So really coming on late in the season. The player who has carried the team really all year long is Corey James, a fantastic sophomore point guard, averaging almost 15 points per game. Season high of 28, which came back in the opener against Marist. But she's able to get it done a variety of different ways, has a tremendous outside shot, is able to get to the free throw line, and when she needs to be, can be a distributor too.
And you can tell that she's just as happy to make the good pass for somebody else to score as she is to light it up. But here's the deal. You've got to pick your poison with this West Albany girls team. If you're going to key on Ashton Signer or Lauren Concert or even Kaya Duvall, Corey James is going to give you that little reminder every once in a while. Hey, I could shoot out here. You leave me alone, I'm going to drain threes all night on you. She runs the floor very well, but she also manages the game. She's a calming influence from the point guard position. A lot of fun to watch her. She is. It's going to be fun to watch her for a couple of years to come.
When West Albany lost their all-state player Samantha Signer last season to graduation and lost their head coach Craig Swanson to a promotion up to Sprague High School, there was a lot of question about what West Albany would be able to pull off this year. They bring in Mike Haberly as a return trip to West Albany. He leads them to an undefeated season, and now they play host to Churchill here tonight, trying to get down to the state tournament. Again, the boys punched their ticket last night, 69-43 over Eagle Point. Now the girls are going to look to do it too. They play host to Churchill. Tip off a couple minutes away. We'll take a timeout and continue along here at 9:20 KSHO.
Now, for a limited time, save $20 on radiator or transmission flushes at Canega Tire Factory. And if you're watching your budget, ask about the latest variety of quality used passenger and light truck tires. For over 50 years, you've trusted Canega to keep you and your family on the road, and Canega services just get better and better. From tires to struts, brakes to free battery checks, even propane for your barbecue and RV. Still at the Y in Lebanon, the place to buy your tires and more is still Canega Tire Factory.
Lassen RV in Albany has the new RV models on the lot now, ready for you to buy. Lassen RV Service Department has a new truckload of parts and accessories on sale just in time for fall fix-up. From changing a light bulb to rebuilding your entire RV. No job is too big or too small for Lassen RV in Albany, where friends send their friends.
Join the fun at the Albany Athletic Club. Group fitness classes from low-impact dance to traditional circuit training, plus racquetball and more. Watch your waistline shrink and your health improve every day. Start now at the Albany Athletic Club on Hickory next to Tom's Garden Center.
920 KSHO.
Back here at West Albany, more postseason action from the Bulldog girls, the fourth consecutive year that we have handled their playoff games. And the fourth consecutive year that they have won the Mid-Willamette Conference Championship. 3 straight years outright. The year prior to that, they tied for it. So 4 consecutive years. The only senior on this team, Lauren Concert, knows nothing other than winning the Mid-Willamette Conference.
That's right. Lauren Concert, what a special player she is. She's just fun to watch. She's got that smile on her face. Looks like she enjoys herself every single minute she's on the floor. And on the floor, she does. She gets banged around, too. She's not afraid to go down on the floor, chasing a loose ball. A lot of fun to watch. This team will miss her leadership when the season ends and she goes on to that pesky thing we call graduation.
That horrible graduation thing. I think she might have also been the only high school junior in the state last year to have her own T-shirt. Around the same time the whole Linsanity thing was taking off in New York, Wally had the great idea to create Lauren Sanity shirts, which we all wear here tonight, bearing the Lauren Sanity with the exclamation point, her number 34. We wear them proudly. It's a pretty good representation of her on the floor. That's what you could sum it up in, Lauren Sanity.
Absolutely. And Jeff suggested, and it is a good one, that we make sure we get a photo op here before the night's done. It's a couple other Lauren Sanity shirts scattered around. Lauren's father wearing his Lauren Sanity shirt tonight. A lot of fun.
Among the many skills you have, marketing is one of them. You've distributed the Bulldog Broadcast Crew shirts around. Those have made their way even into the student section. There's some, see, there's right down the row. Bill's got one on here. You've made those popular. You've made the Lauren Sanity shirts popular. Somehow you've managed to make the broadcast popular. I don't know how you do that.
That's all on you right there. I'm a simple sidekick.
Hey, there's another team to talk about tonight. That's Churchill, the opponent for West Albany. They are a 9-16 outfit, 2-8. They finished in the Midwestern League down in Eugene. But they're a battle-tested group, and they're not one that figures to be intimidated by West Albany here tonight because they play in the same league as Springfield and Willamette, who a lot of people, although West Albany is unbeaten, a lot of people consider those two teams to be the best two girls teams in the state.
Yeah, they are, and probably rightfully so. Even though West Albany with the record, the strength of schedule, and the fact that Willamette and Springfield play each other all season has a lot to do with that. But West Albany coming in at number 2. But this Churchill team, they've got to be the best 9-16 team you've ever seen in your life. And they beat number 12 Mountain View to get here. They had to play the play-in game and earned a spot here to come and play West Albany at West. This team, they're only scoring 38 points a game. They're allowing 51 points a game. Again, very difficult strength of schedule. They had a tough schedule all the way through. West Albany, just for comparisons, if Churchill's scoring 38, the Bulldogs are scoring 56 a game. Churchill is allowing 51 points a game. The Bulldogs are only allowing a sparse 33 points a game. The West Albany defense, that's something that doesn't get a lot of attention. So when you're allowing 33 points a game at any level, you're doing a good job defensively.
These two teams have met in each of the past 2 regular seasons on December 9th of 2011 West Albany beat Churchill 46-19, and exactly 1 year prior to that, on December 9th of 2010, West Albany won 65-45. So it's the third consecutive year that they have played. This one has a little bit more on the line. West Albany 23-0. A 24th win means they're off to Eugene in a return trip to Matthew Knight Arena. That's the end goal tonight. Tip-off a few minutes away between Churchill and West Albany, the OSAA state playoffs here on KSHO.
Eye-popping graphics on premium fabrics. That's what you'll wear from Northwest Apparel and Graphics. Businesses like Albany's Furniture and Beds, Buckmaster Plumbing, and Rhodes Warden have trusted Northwest Apparel and Graphics for their new appearance. Now you can too, and for a lot less than you'd expect. From vinyl signs and proverbs to screen printing and custom embroidery, Northwest Apparel and Graphics can do it all. No minimum orders for home or business. Learn more by calling 541-619-4545 for Northwest Apparel and Graphics.
Albany Burgerville is now featuring the ham Havarti sandwich, all natural Diamond Ranch ham layered with melted Havarti cheese on a toasted hoagie roll and the chocolate hazelnut milkshake. Pick up an Albany Burgerville rewards card now. Cash for every dollar spent. Albany Burgerville, fresh, local, sustainable.
America's best music and the news you need. This is 920 KSHO, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.
Just a couple of minutes away here from tip-off tonight at West Albany High School. Ryan Pitts, Wally Ordeman, Jeff Kiter here with you as Churchill gets set to take on West Albany in this round of 16 action. As you might expect, with West being unbeaten in league, they were well represented on the all-league teams. Corey James named to the first team, also the Offensive Player of the Year in the Mid-Willamette. Mike Haberly, the Coach of the Year. Ashton Signer joined Corey James on the first team. Ali Nelke, Kaya Duvall both on the second team, and Lauren Concert, honorable mention. Now, Lauren, I think last year was a first-team all-league selection and Defensive Player of the Year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I believe that's right. Yep. I think your memory's better than mine, but I'm pretty sure that's correct.
But honorable mention this year. Maybe you'll see if she's fueled a little bit by that. Maybe a bit of a slight, as Lauren, at least in scoring, took something of a back seat this year to Corey James and to Ashton Signer. Obviously, Ashton has been a tremendous talent. She's played varsity since her freshman year. She's capable of lighting it up on any given night. Corey James, the leading scorer, Ashton, the second leading scorer, but certainly one to be reckoned with.
Yeah, both have great range. Ashton Signer, we've seen her several times this season, but over the course of last season, we saw her take more threes. That's because teams were packing it in against her sister Samantha. Now Ashton's not getting that many clean looks from outside, so she's had to bring some of her game back inside.
And Wally, you did a very nice job here with the player profiles. It's something that we need to get to know these girls a little bit better because we haven't seen them much during the course of the year. Very quickly, I mean, we'll talk about the players throughout the night, but Mike Haberly, we talked about his story. He was kind of urged to come back to West Albany by Susie Orsborn. He told Principal Susie Orsborn that he wouldn't be able to do the coaching gig because of his job at Costco. And Susie called the manager at Costco and pleaded with them to let Mike Haberly come here and coach. She persisted, and eventually they managed to work out a schedule where Coach Haberly could come here and continue to coach the Bulldogs, his second stint here. But he has coached at Jordan Valley, at Douglas, at South Umpqua, and at West. He's coached football, volleyball, cross country, softball, baseball, and track. He played basketball at Lane, football at Western Oregon. Obviously, his son Jake played here. We know that well as a quarterback. Talk about an athletic background.
No question about it. And then as you look down the list of coaches here, we'll talk about them as we go over the next few days. But how about having a West Albany Hall of Famer as an assistant coach, Courtney Shreve?
Yeah,
legendary basketball player, West Albany Hall of Famer.
Played at the University of Oregon and inducted into the West Albany Hall of Fame here within the last couple of seasons. We get the reading of the OSAA Code of Conduct, an OSAA-sponsored event here. U.S. Bank, Les Schwab Tires, the title sponsors for the OSAA state playoffs and state tournament. And we are going to get our anthem, so we'll step away for a timeout. Continue here at 920 KSHO.
Deline Myers and Remax Integrity of Albany are two names you can always count on. Remax was built on integrity and is dedicated to service. Deline Myers is dedicated to assisting you with those same two qualities, integrity and service. Count on Deline for any real estate-related needs. Deline Myers would like you to know she is proud to support Bulldog Athletics and proud to assist you with your real estate needs through Remax Integrity of Albany.
You will come out a winner at Power Honda. Their talented staff will show you how easy it is to get the vehicle you want and the payment you need. Check out mypowerhonda.com. Call 928-0122 or just go in to Power Honda, Highway 20 east of I-5 in Albany, your Honda superstore.
Unforgettable 920.
the band is ready to go on back-to-back nights. Hopefully we are ready to go on back-to-back nights here too. Boys won last night. Girls looking to get to the state tournament here if they can win tonight. Before, during, or after the game in Albany, you can grab a hot and ready $5 pizza at Little Caesars. That's across from the mall on Geary Street, the new and only Little Caesars in Albany. The last several years, Wally, that we've been here and been able to cover West Albany, the girls in the postseason, they have not messed around here at home. In the 5 home playoff games that we've covered, they've not won by fewer than 10 points. They've really taken care of their opponent. They're a heavy favorite here tonight. I think they need to keep from being maybe a little bit too complacent against this Churchill team.
Well, they know that they're up against a force. They know that this is not your typical 9-16 team. West Albany, they've had time to rest. They're ready to play against somebody with a different colored jersey on. I expect them to get after it early.
Churchill with their starting 5, announced by their head coach Eric Gower, assistant coach Gabe Combs, and Jennifer Gower. The point guard will be Carly Beckett, a 5'4" junior, joined by Hannah Montgomery, a 5'4" senior, Madison Brink, a 5'8" junior, Leah Couts, a 5'10" senior, and Danielle Duman, who is the leading scorer on the team, a 5'7" senior. For West Albany, their head coach Mike Haberly, assistants Courtney Sharif, Matt Bose, Kyle Hall, manager Peyton Ziegler, and their starting 5, Corey James, the 5'9" sophomore. Kaya Duvall joins her in the backcourt, a 5'4" sophomore. Allie Nelke in the post, a 5'11" sophomore. Ashton Signer, the 6'1" junior, and the lone senior on this unbeaten team, Lauren Concert, the 5'11" senior. West is ready to go here. Obviously a lot of energy. The boys are in attendance, most of them anyway. I think I see almost the entire team opposite us and dressed up and ready to go.
They are fired up, aren't they? Had a great chance to talk with a lot of the players on the boys team out in the parking lot. Had a little impromptu tailgater, we'll call it, out there. Having a lot of fun and really enjoying the festiveness of this and enjoying the kind of the glow of last night's victory.
Yeah, everybody in town, I'm sure, still on a little bit of a high from that one. You know, we certainly hoped that West Albany could win last night. I don't think we expected them to win the way they did. A 26-point win, the dunks and the threes, and just the domination of Eagle Point in the second half. Really a festive atmosphere from the start of the third quarter on. Got a great chance to sit down with the coaches after the game and talk to them. Obviously very happy. Still with some work to be done in the postseason, but very pleased now the girls trying to punch their ticket here too. Ready to go with Ashton Signer set to jump it up in center circle against Madison Brink. And the tip is controlled by the Bulldogs with Allie Nelke now to Duvall and now to James, as the Bulldogs will set their initial offensive possession, working at the rim down to our left. Lauren Concert on the right wing feeds Ashton Signer at the top of the key. Now back to James. Churchill opens in a zone. James going left to the lane, found a little bit of space, pulled up, drops it into Nelke through her hands and stolen. Right into the hands of Leah Couts. And now Carly Beckett runs the point. Dribbles it off her foot, loose on the side, and picked away by Ashton Signer. Ashton with the player coming from behind, has it stripped, and are going to get a foul or reach from behind on Churchill. First foul of the game comes with 30 seconds gone by.
Ashton Signer very patient on that. She had the fast break, but she didn't have any numbers in front of her, so just kind of took her time, waiting to see if somebody was going to be able to run the floor to catch up. It draws the foul, first team foul on Churchill.
It's on Madison Brink. Corey James will inbound on the baseline. Bulldogs had 4 flat. Now James looks for the cutting Ashton Signer on the left block. Comes back way up top for Concert. Concert to the right for James. James into the corner for Kaya Duvall. She'll trigger a 3. Short. Long rebound into the corner. Chased down by Churchill. Carly Becken will bring it back up the floor here. Kaya Duvall racing with her.
Becken. Man, she's quick, isn't she?
Very quick. Lightning quick. As Becken comes around a screen. Pulls up for 2 from the left elbow and hits it. Churchill has the first bucket of the game. 2-0 Lancers. A well-traveled group, as you might expect, from down in Eugene. Not a terribly long trip, as I can well tell you. Churchill's about 10 minutes from my house down there. It's pass inside, knocked away by Danielle Duman, and West will keep it.
Man-to-man defense by Churchill, and you can tell when the ball gets out on the wing, they're going to front the Bulldog bigs.
Corey James comes into Lauren Concert, trying to go into Nelke. Nelke with a tough catch, puts it up short, and the rebound knocked out of bounds by West. So it will belong to Churchill here with 1:10 gone. The Lancers leading 2-0. A little full court pressure here from the Bulldogs as Duman looks to inbound. Comes right in the middle for Leah Couts. Now to left for Montgomery and into the hands of Becken, who will come up the right side of the floor. Duvall again step for step with her. Becken comes straight away to Duman between the circles. Bulldogs playing way off. High screen from Montgomery. Duman lost the handle, got it back. Comes straight away from Montgomery, thinking about the 3, and Corey James out to close out. Montgomery to the left for Becken again. Becken looks for some space, works her way to the foul line with the dribble, dumps it off for Duman. taking the shot at the left elbow. Backs into Allie Nelke. Goes around her and traveled before the shot. A walk on Churchill. Turnover back to West.
Really positioned herself really well in the paint, but just took that extra little stutter step to get to the rim. Well defended by Nelke.
So the Bulldogs look to break the ice here. 6:12 to go, opening quarter. 2-0 Churchill. Corey James attacks the left wing. Pulls up the dribble, bounces to the top for Signer. Signer right back to James on the left wing, working with the right-hand dribble around a high screen from Signer. Pulls for a deep two and buries it. Corey James hits her first field goal of the night, 2-2. Inbound on the side to Becken, who looked like she dragged the privet foot. Now comes long ahead from Montgomery in front court. Montgomery holds, gets it back to the point guard. Harley Becken, 5'4" junior. Get to the high post for Duman, looking for the give and go that was closed off. So Duman will work it to the right blocks, pushing her way in, put it in right before she walked again. She put down the foot, but not before she had released the shot. 4-2 Churchill. Concert to the right wing. Pass is thrown away. A little high intended for Nelke. Stolen by Churchill. Becken spinning away from Duvall in front court. Works the left elbow, lost the handle, goes to the floor, rolls over, and it's still loose on the ground. We're finally going to get a jump ball. Possession arrow to Churchill with 5:15 to go in the first quarter, and the Lancers leading 4-2.
Mike Haverly up off the bench talking to his team, calling out a play. He's calling a 30 here, Ryan. We're going to keep it here?
Yeah, we'll stick.
I can tell you what he's going to tell him right now. He's going to say, pick up the pace. He's going to say, let's see if we can tire him out a little bit. Let's get back up to the speed we're used to running. Ball being brought up the floor very slowly right now by Corey James. I know that he wants to increase the pace of this game. See if he can make that, and then a little bit more ball movement on the offensive end. Got to be careful of those entry passes to the inside here, Ryan. We've already had 2 turnovers just based on trying to get the ball into Nelke or to Ashton Signer. Got to be careful with those passes. Swing the ball on the perimeter. Make Churchill move defensively. Those shots are going to open up.
Well, you mentioned in the pregame that Churchill is not a team that likes to push the pace. So you would expect them to try and really slow this game down. And a low-scoring start, 4-2 Churchill with 5:15 to go in the opening quarter. Out of the quick timeout, Churchill will be inbounded on the baseline on the alternate possession. As Becken will play it in. Comes to the corner for Duman. Duman to Montgomery on the left wing. Back to the corner for Becken. 2 Bulldogs there to greet her as it comes back out to Montgomery. She'll hand it back to the point guard Becken, who will come up, call the play between the circles. Now left from Montgomery on the wing to the high post for Couts. Couts right back to Becken. Becken to the right for Brink. Brink lost the handle, got it back, comes to Duman at the right elbow. Lauren Conster right in her face. Duman got away, had it stripped, goes to the floor, trying to get it back, still loose, no tie-up. Ball scramble, and Lauren Conster finally going to chase it down and get fouled. Wow. Mad scramble for the ball. Thought there could have been a couple of opportunities for a jump ball.
Poor Kaya Duvall got sat on that play. She's still kind of shaking out the cobwebs here. Coach Haverly going to give her a little bit of a break.
Lauren Kimura will check in. Kaya Duvall does have the smile on her face, but you can see a little bit dazed as Corey James angles right with the dribble, beats Conser in the right corner to the top for Ashton Signer. And Signer right back to James. James pushing it right to the arc, now to Conser in the corner. She wants to attack with the dribble, passes it out to Kimura, and they'll say she stepped out of bounds. Lauren stepping on the end line before she could release the pass. Another Bulldog turnover. Bit of a sluggish start, 4:27 to go opening quarter, 4-2, Churchill with the lead. Duman races up the left sideline into front court. Looks for a backdoor pass, dangerous, and knocked away, stolen. Kimura got her hands on it right to James. James on the run, 3-on-3. A pull-up 3 is short. Rebounded inside by Nelke. She goes back up, and they're going to get a tie-up. So they had the hand on top of the ball, the arrow to West Albany. Churchill pretty aggressive at both ends here in the early going.
Yeah, and it's just the basic man-to-man defense. Fronting the Bulldog bigs down low, but they're really getting extended out. Bulldogs can keep swinging the ball a little bit. They're going to get some open looks like Corey James just got there.
Khadijah Smith and Alyssa Flick in for Churchill. Inbound pass comes to Ashton Signer, and she curls it in with the left hand. Got underneath, laid it off the window and in. 4-4.
Love your chances when you get Ashton Signer down low with the ball. Great footwork.
Flick now to Becken in backcourt. Good pressure from West Albany as Becken able to get it across the timeline. Feeds Duman straight away. Now Duman comes to the left for Brink. Brink around a screen, pulls from the foul line, has it blocked by Lauren Conser. Pulled down by Corey James, and they're going to get a foul on Danielle Duman, who was over her back. So the block by Lauren Conser forces the foul. As for Duman, her first and the third on the Lancers.
4-4 game here, 3.5 to go here in the first quarter. Low scoring affair.
Very low scoring so far as West walks it up the floor with James. Pushing right to left, uses the Signer screen. Now looks to go all the way in left of the lane. Got bumped on the way up, no whistle, and the loose ball out of bounds belonging to Churchill.
Corey James, little sly grin on her face. Knows that she got hit going up for that shot. No call.
Again, full court pressure from the Bulldogs as Duman inbounds to Flick. Flick right into the chest of Corey James, lost the handle. Back down in a jump ball as Corey James ties up Danielle Duman. Oh, wow, a foul on Corey James. Oh, my. Mike Haberle up off the bench, incredulous. Thought for sure that was going to be a jump ball.
Well, it should have been. There was no contact.
Wow.
Took off directly toward her. Offensive player, if she turns one way or the other, probably draws a legitimate foul there. Just got her tied up. Not sure how he called that from the position he was in.
So the first foul on James. Ellie Kale checks in for the first time for West Albany. Kaya Duvall returns. Churchill up the floor here with a 4-4 tie. Becken comes out to Smith. Smith around to Duman, screen left, picks up the dribble, looks for help, comes back to Flick. Angling right, goes to the corner for Becken. Becken with Kaya Duvall on her. Again around a screen to the right block, speeds Duman on the baseline. Her jumper is way long, and a rebound by Corey James. James on the run up the right side. Met at the top, bumped and fouled up there by Carly Becken. And Churchill's fourth team foul already here with 2:55 to go in the opening quarter.
Okay, here's my prediction. 2:55 to go here in the first. We will have an offensive foul on number 24, Danielle Duman, by the end of this quarter. I tell you, she is setting some hard screens up top. You know the referee, you know that Coach Haberle's already said something to the referees about it. Really hard screens.
Inbound comes in the left corner for Duvall, now up top for Signer. Off to Ellie Kale, who hands it back to Corey James. James juggling in the handle around a Signer screen left to the wing, looking for space. Goes to the corner for Duvall, right back to James on the wing. And James works again around a high screen from Ashton Signer. Now coming back right to left, and they're going to get a bump and a foul. Number 5 now on Churchill. So this one goes on Alyssa Flick. Lauren Conser, after a very brief rest, will return, replacing Ashton Signer. Mike Haberle trying to keep the 5 fresh here at the start.
Won't go quite as deep into his bench with the reserves as we've seen from the boys' side, but has a very capable group of reserves.
Corey James on a return pass from Nelke up top for 3, and she hits it from the top of the key. First triple of the game for the Bulldogs. Their first lead. They're up 7-4. As an errant pass will be chased down by Flick for Churchill. To Becken, now back to Flick. Right of the lane, bounces it into Duman. Duman has it knocked away, got it right back. Now to Becken, around to Smith on the left wing. The freshman comes to the top, now drives all the way right of the lane, has it stripped away, and he'll call a walk. Kaya Duvall tied her up, and Smith dragged the feet.
Well, if they can't run their half-court sets, then I'm not going to have my theory proven correctly here.
You still have 2 minutes to work with. You're doing all right. 7-4 Bulldogs, 1:55 to go in the first. James now uses a Conser screen at the top of the key. Comes left to the lane, goes to the corner for Kaya Duvall, free for 3. Missed it long. Rebound tipped around and controlled by Churchill as Becken will retreat, now come up ahead on the run. It's Montgomery. Montgomery all the way left, lost the handle. Back out to Becken. She'll fire a 3 that's short. And a rebound to Ellie Kale. Kale to James, and the Bulldogs with a 3-point lead in the ball. James straight ahead. Little shake and bake move. Comes left around a Conser screen. Now comes back to the top between the circles. Fires way left for Kaya Duvall on the baseline. Into the cutting Conser, who lays it in with the left hand.
Great ball movement. Good recognition by Duvall to find Conser cutting.
9-4 Bulldogs. A 7-0 run for West. As Smith, I think, got away with another walk, then stepped on the sideline. And out of bounds for a Churchill turnover.
I was just going to point this out, Ryan. Now it won't be true. But how about the Bulldogs go on this run? They've got 4 sophomores on the floor right now.
It's pretty incredible when you look at their starting lineup that they have 3 sophomores on an unbeaten team. And it kind of reminds you of the Willamette team we saw a couple of years ago and talked about how young they were coming up. Same can be said of Springfield, of course. But as good as West has been this year, there are people who say just wait till next year. But there's a lot way to go still this year. As Kimura and Duvall play a little catch up top. Duvall comes around a screen to the left elbow, feeds Conser. Conser on a back cut for Signer. Signer bounces it to Nelke. Nelke goes up, can't hit. Ashton gets an offensive rebound, reverses it up, no. And a rebound tipped into the corner to Churchill. Montgomery able to chase it down. 9-4 Bulldogs, 43 seconds to go in the opening quarters. Becken races up the left side, now pulls it back. Crossing over right to left. Goes to the corner for Flick, faking the three. Now comes back out to Becken. Quick pass to Montgomery.
Oh, Concert wanted that one.
Around a Duman screen all the way in, blocked by Nelke and out of bounds. Churchill will retain possession as West will use the opportunity for a sub. Kate Hibbs will check in. Allie Nelke will check out. With 29.1 to go in the first.
Good minutes by Nelke, really working hard in the paint.
Back into inbound. Comes to Montgomery. Quick trigger three, short. And a rebound to Kimura on the baseline. Bulldogs with 23 seconds in the quarter. See if they push or play for one. Concert will take a step, fire a deep two, and miss it long. And it will go out of bounds. As the fans behind us saying there should have been a foul on Leah Couts, who was grabbing Ashton Signer around the waist on the block out.
I don't know that I've ever seen something that blatant with reaching around to block out.
So Churchill ball now, 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Back into the right wing, feeds Montgomery just in front of the Bulldog bench. Around a Duman screen, a step back three from the top is short. Rebounded by Kimura with 4 seconds. Feeds Duvall with 1 second. Kaya from half court at the horn. Almost put it in. Off back iron at the buzzer. At the end of one, it's West Albany 9 and Churchill 4. The U.S. Bank Les Schwab Tires OSAA state playoffs on KSHO.
Staying on top of your savings can be like staying on top of a mechanical bull or an extreme ski slope. But U.S. Bank makes saving easy with Start. Savings today and rewards tomorrow lets you save slow.
Yes.
Or fast. Save $1,000, earn a $50 U.S. Bank Rewards Visa card. Keep the balance for a year and get another $50.
Awesome.
Start today at any U.S. Bank or usbank.com/start. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank. Conditions apply. See the Start program agreement or a banker for details. Deposit products offered by U.S. Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Jeff, one of the brake experts here at Les Schwab. When your brakes need work, all you hear is this. But what we hear is this.
Yeehaw! Boy, you pushing me to the limit. Better fix me up today or there'll be no stopping tomorrow. Hey, let's go play chicken with that brick wall. Woohoo!
If you couldn't tell, that was a 4x4.
For 30 years, we've been the brake experts at Les Schwab, and it shows. Stop in for your free brake check today. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Unforgettable 920.
Whether you're buying a car, consolidating bills, or paying for one of life's unexpected surprises, U.S. Bank has great rates on loans and lines of credit tailored to meet your needs. Stop in and see what U.S. Bank has to offer. U.S. Bank, all of us serving you, member FDIC. Churchill with the first possession of the second quarter, trailing 9-4. The Bulldogs ending the first on a 7-0 run. As Khadijah Smith on the left wing comes around a screen, bounces it down for Duman on the left blocks, up to the top for Montgomery. It's a left-handed Montgomery, worked on by James, comes left to the lane, picks up the dribble, looks for some help, trapped by James, spinning, near a 5 count, had it knocked away to James, who scoops it to Signer. West with possession in front court. Signer, far right side for Concert along the baseline. Tough catch, now to Duvall, up to the top for James. James trying to settle his possession down a little bit, feeds Duvall. Duvall to the high post for Nelke, spinning, gives it back to James, thought about the deep three, comes left for Signer. Ashton Signer working all the way to the top. A lot of contact going uncalled as Lauren Concert gets it now into the right corner for Duvall. Duvall with the ball fake, weaving through traffic, bounces it to Nelke, who goes up and gets fouled on the way up. Could not hit the shot, but will get 2 free throws.
Really good ball movement there, a good feed, and they're going to give her the 2 shots. I was watching the referees communicate there. Almost thought maybe they were going to call that on the ground before the shot, but no, they're going to give her the 2. Great cut by Nelke to get, and nice bounce pass from Kaya Duvall.
Nelke's first free throw rounded off, no good. The foul was on Hannah Montgomery, her first. 6 team fouls on Churchill, just the 1 on West Albany.
Yeah, Bulldogs will shoot free throws the rest of the way here. Churchill close to the penalty.
Nelke hits the second, 1 of 2, 10-4 Bulldogs. Less than a minute gone by here in the second quarter. Carly Becken comes up the right side. Again, Duvall step for step with hers. Becken works at the top of the key. Feeds Leah Couts at the top to the right elbow. Foul line extended now to Montgomery. Montgomery trapped, gets it back up top to Justice Maris. Maris going to fire a 3 straight away. Missed it off the front rim and a rebound to Allie Nelke.
What a board. What a board.
Nelke feeds James up ahead Ashton Signer for 2, short. And a rebound kicked out of bounds by Churchill. It'll stay with West Albany. It was a long 2 by Ashton Signer, foot on the line. And a loose ball out of bounds to the Bulldogs as Churchill will get a sub in. Madison Brink returning. And after a very brief appearance here to start the quarter, well, no, Justice Maris started to come off. Now it is Carly Becken who will take a seat. James to inbound, lobs it into Nelke, right back to James, who struggled to get the catch. Now goes all the way to the right corner, brings the dribble to the top of the key. Still working with the left hand, fires back right for Signer. Signer driving on Brink to the baseline, into the chest of Duman, and threw it away, right to Montgomery. 10-4, Bulldogs with the lead, but not as crisp as they've been through much of the year here early. So at the top, it's Maris, weaving it back to Brink. Concert nearly got the steal. Brink just did get it back. He hands it back to Maris. Maris trying to back down on Signer at the top of the key. Very aggressive defense by Signer. Maris in all sorts of trouble. Comes back to Montgomery. Montgomery with it, crossing left to right. Gets into the lane, dumps it down for Duman. Could not handle it. Now got it, goes up, and a call a foul, and Duman got hammered on the way up. Was losing her balance a little bit, and that didn't help the contact. Fouls on Corey James. That's her second. West Albany's second. And at the line for two will be Danielle Duman.
Want to be able to have Corey James on the floor as much as you possibly can. We'll see what Coach Haberly does here, whether he brings somebody in. Still 5:57 to go here in the second quarter.
First free throw by Duman, no good. So one more for the 5'7" senior. Danielle Duman, a force to be reckoned with down low. That's her second free throw on its way and good. 1 of 2 on the trip, 10-5 Bulldogs with 5:55 to go in the opening half. Corey James walking it up the right side, now crossing back to the middle. Pushes it on the dribble, goes all the way in and gets hammered on her way up, and she'll get 2 free throws. Officials discussing to see who they want to call this on. Corey James pushing the issue a little bit on the drive in. The foul will go on Duman, her second, and the 7th on Churchill.
What a smart play by Corey James there. You know, she comes around that high screen and then she looks for a seam. Churchill hadn't provided that opportunity at all in this game. That time she saw that seam, took it strong to the basket, knew she was probably going to be drawing the contact. Really nice play. Good control by Corey James. A good decision making.
Corey James, a very good free throw shooter, hits the first. As Khadijah Smith is back in, so is Carly Becken for Churchill. James at very low practice dribble at the line. One backspin, now prepares, releases, and hits both. 12-5 Bulldogs. Their biggest lead is 7 with 5:47 to go in the first half. Khadijah Smith in front court for Brink. Brink gives it back to Couts on the cut. Now out to Montgomery. Open 3 right wing. Back rim no good. Rebounded. And no whistle on the rebound. And they'll say over the top on Churchill. 1-1 coming for West. And it will be Corey James to shoot the free throws.
Yeah, Corey having just gone 2 for 2 at the line. That's not the person you want to foul. And you're liking the fact that Coach Haberly has left her in this game with 2 fouls. I won't be saying that if she gets her third. But right now, working out very well.
So Corey James for a 1-1. The foul is on Khadijah Smith, her first. Again, 18 fouls on Churchill. Just the 2 on West Albany, though they are both on Corey James. Right throw for Corey, good, and she'll get the bonus. Bulldogs starting to get a little bit of distance, 13-5. James readies for her second. On its way, and got it with a friendly bounce. 14-5 Bulldogs.
Ryan, you can tell why this Bulldog team is only allowing 33 points a game. After being up 4-2, Churchill has been held to 1 point since that point.
And another steal as Ali Nelke catches the deflected pass. Up to James. Long ahead for Concert. Concert looks for something in transition. Now will pull it back. Gives it up top for Nelke. Nelke scanning the defense. Hits James on the cut all the way in. James got bumped and she is fouled. And more free throws coming. They're going to say 2. Give it on the shot. As Corey James will have 2 more free throws coming here. The foul on Couts. Her second. And now the 9th on Churchill.
Okay, while we wait for this free throw, Ryan, I want to say hi to a couple people, an aunt and uncle of Lauren Concerts who are listening in Redmond tonight. Her Aunt Wink and her Uncle MJ listening to the broadcast from Redmond, Oregon tonight. I want to say hi to them.
Corey James good on her first free throw. The lead now 10. Kaya Duvall will check out. Lauren Kimura will come back in. Danielle Duman right back on the floor with the 2 fouls.
And here's what Coach Haberly's doing. He's giving Kaya Duvall the break right now, hoping to go maybe a couple of minutes, then have her come in for Corey James for the rest of the half.
And James good again from the free throw line. 6 of 6 here in the first half. 16-5. West has pushed their lead to 11. Smith to Brink. Brink back out to Becken, driving left all the way in. Missed the shot, but got fouled. Bailed out, and she'll shoot 2. Tough shot as she was coming in from the left side. Put it off the side of the backboard, but the foul called, and Lauren Kimura picks it up, her first, Bulldogs' third. Carly Becken, the lefty, at the line, shooting 2.
Hard to feel any flow to this game right now. Really, really kind of haphazard both ends of the floor. Need to see if the Bulldogs can just kind of pick up the pace, maybe just a little bit, get some momentum here, finish out this first half.
I think so much energy in this building was burned last night. Everybody still seems a little low. It feels very quiet in here for a playoff game. As Becken misses both free throws, rebounded by Nelke, up to James. And the Bulldogs try to extend their 11-point lead with 4:55 to go in the opening half. Conser working way up top. Aggressive defense into the corner for James. 3 on the way that's short. And rebounded by Alyssa Flick. Off to Smith, now to Becken, and the Lancers want to run. Becken into a double team, stripped and stolen by Lauren Conser. 1-on-1 to the goal with Becken, all the way in, put it up, no, and a foul. Very late whistle will send Lauren Conser to the line for 2. That's the old referee call of if the layup goes in, you let it go, and if it doesn't, you let them shoot free throws.
Yeah, the Churchill fans don't like it because they think that it was a decision made late to make that call, but that's just absolutely not the case. Referee utilizing that strategy as you described, waiting to see if that ball is going to go in.
Lauren Conser no good on the first free throw.
10 team fouls, double bonus the rest of the way for the Bulldogs.
Still 4:38 to play in the second quarter. Conser's second free throw also no good. Remains 16-5 Bulldogs. And a foul in backcourt will draw a mocking cheer for some reason from Churchill. You know how it is in these games. One side's always going to be happy with the officiating. The other side's always going to be upset. And Churchill voicing their displeasure after the foul on Ashton Signer. And there will be a second in short order. And now they will really start to cheer down to our left.
It is the playoffs, isn't it?
Ashton Signer, 2 fouls in about 6 seconds. And the Bulldogs now with 5 team fouls. Now the Bulldog students and players opposite us join in the mock cheer. Anything to pick the energy up right now as Becken comes right. Guarded by Kimura to the top for Smith. Smith with a head and shoulder fake on Signer. Drives right inside the arc. Now has the ball palmed by Signer. Dumps it down low to Duman. Struggled to handle it. Bounces it out to Brink. Brink to Flick. Now to Duman. Duman's going to pull from just behind the foul line. In and out, no good. And the rebound to Nelke. Up to Ashton Signer. On the push. Signer driving left to the lane all the way through and stuck it right between the rim and the backboard as she got fouled. She'll get 2 free throws, but somebody's going to have to get a broom handle to get the ball down.
Well, I like what the Bulldogs have done here over the last 3 or 4 minutes. Right, as they get a ball out on the court to get the ball out.
I was going to say get Jalen.
Yeah.
Jalen Schlegel, the rest of the boys team opposite us. As they knocked the ball loose, it went through, and Mike Haverly, among others, saying count the bucket.
What I was getting at, Ryan, is the Bulldogs right now are taking the ball to the rim. They're drawing these fouls. Churchill's, they're going to have to prove their own depth here in this game with the amount of fouls that they have racked up. Bulldogs aren't settling for the 3 right now. They know that they can get to the rim, and so that's been the goal the last 2 or 3 minutes of this quarter. They have really been taking it hard to the rim, drawing fouls on almost every possession down the floor.
Ashton Signer hit her first free throw. Kaya Duvall, Ellie Kale come back in. Kimura and Conser out. Ashton, second free throw on the way, short. Comes in to get her own rebound and lays it in. Perfect timing off the foul line to get her own rebound and the layup to make it 19-5 West. Duman in backcourt to Becken up the far sideline. Stepped out of bounds. Pressure defense from Kaya Duvall. The Churchill fans booing again, wanting a foul called. But Becken just unable to handle the pressure, stepped out of bounds.
And how about this West Albany defense right now? They are challenging every shot and pressuring the ball starting at about midcourt.
Ellie Kale lobs it into Nelke. Has it stolen by Smith. Smith will feed Becken. Ashton Signer's
got to be very careful not to get that third.
Very close to a third foul in backcourt. As Duvall and Becken battling on the sideline. Becken got it to Smith, now to Duman. Duman right back to Becken, just inside the arc. Dumps it to Duman on the right block. Goes in and lays it in. The first field goal of the quarter for Churchill. Gets it back to a 12-point game, 19-7 West. Corey James still in, running the point. Mike Haverly screaming for a timeout, and he'll finally get it here with 3:06 to go in the half. A 30-second timeout here at West Albany High School with the Bulldogs leading at 19-7. At Les Schwab Tire Centers, they are proud to be in business for over 50 years. With more than 400 stores throughout the West, there's a Les Schwab Tire Center close by. Les Schwab doing the right thing since 1952. Well, it hasn't been pretty here in the first half, Wally, but effective for West. They've built themselves a 12-point lead.
Yeah, not a lot of buckets. They're getting a lot of points at the free throw line. Churchill already in the double bonus here, 3:06 to go in the second. So the Bulldogs have been hitting some free throws and have stretched out their lead. But mainly it's been on the defensive side. They're getting their hands in a lot of passing lanes. They're tipping a lot of balls. Churchill's had a heck of a time just getting the ball into the paint with the exception of the one player. They really have no one that can answer. They're cold from the outside. But a lot of that has to do with the pressure of West Albany, just not giving Churchill any clean looks.
West will have possession now out of the timeout with Signer, James, Duvall, Kale, and Nelke on the floor. James works near the right sideline, lobs it way inside for Ashton Signer, bumping into Smith, goes up, no whistle. Loose ball pulled down by Nelke. Now to Duvall, back to James. The Bulldogs reset it. Under 3.5 with West up a dozen. Duvall to the top for Signer. Inside Nelke. Great look. Nelke cannot hit, but got fouled. 2 more free throws for West.
And how about Nelke in the position she got down low and the quick touch pass from Ashton Signer. Well done. High to low. The two Bulldog bigs working very well together there. Nelke with a great position. Goes up with left hand and draws the foul.
Yeah, and the hush as Ali Nelke prepares for the free throw and missed it off back rim.
I'm going to have to check the protocol. Is it proper to call, when you're calling girls basketball, is it proper to call them the Bulldog bigs?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
I'm going with it.
Yeah, it's a basketball term,
yes,
of course.
That's right.
Nelke missed both. And the rebound to Duman. 19-7. West with the lead. As a pass in backcourt stolen. Knocked away by James into the hands of Duvall. Nearly stolen back. High to her knees to save it. Gets to Nelke. That pass tipped to Corey James. Helter-skelter as James throws up a wild shot and missed it. Rebounded by Flick. Up to Becken. Long to front court, Montgomery. Lobbing it inside for Duman on the right block. Spinning on Nelke. Comes out to Flick, who will fire a three. Missed it to the right. A rebound to Nelke. And Nelke trying to keep the pivot foot. Just barely did. So Bulldogs get it long ahead for Duvall. Back to the trailing James. Open three for James. Missed it. Left rim. Long rebound into the corner. Nelke saves it to Kale along the baseline. Kale spinning in a double team. Has it knocked away. Loose on the far side of the floor. Still no whistle, and it'll come loose to Duman in front court. She has it poked away by Duvall on the sideline on the floor, and finally, they're going to say on the sideline, out of bounds. I thought they'd say finally a tie-up, not even that. They'll just say out of bounds.
And I think that's probably the right call. If the players tie it up and one of them's laying out of bounds, as Kaya Duvall was, I think that has to be the call.
Lauren Concert back in. Ashton Signer will take a seat with 1:57 to go in the half. Bulldogs leading 19-7. Becken gives it to Montgomery just in front of the Bulldog students. Montgomery crossing left to the baseline on Kale. Back out to Duman. 1 foot inside the arc. Duman back to the left elbow. Feeds Montgomery again. Around the screen. Montgomery in all sorts of trouble. Needing help. Close to a 5 count. Just did get rid of it and had it knocked away on the sideline out of bounds. Churchill will keep it.
Really good defense by the two sophomores, Kale and Nelke.
Becken feeds Flick. Flick inside to Duman, deflected again. Duman got it just inside the foul line. She'll pull the jumper from there. Missed it short. Tried to get her own rebound, but tipped it right to Kale. The minute 25 in the first half. Bulldogs with the ball, leading 19-7. Corey James pushing left to the wing. Feeds Duvall. Duvall to the top for Concert. Inside to Nelke. Great catch. Missed the shot to the right. Got her own rebound. Goes back up and scores. Ali Nelke owning it inside here in the first half. Puts it in to put the Bulldogs up 14.
Had a bad angle and didn't want to get her feet right for the travel.
Now Duman's going to be bailed out on a wild drive. Threw it off the side of the backboard. The foul will go against Ali Nelke. And Danielle Duman will be at the line for 2 free throws.
Going back to that last play offensively for Nelke, she got the ball in a great spot, but her feet weren't right. She knew that she couldn't lift her foot to change pivot feet. It would have been a travel. So puts up the shot, goes up quickly and gets her own rebound and puts it in.
Duman swishes the first free throw. Kate Hibbs back in for West as Ali Nelke will check out.
Got to mention, too, I see a couple of Bulldog seniors over there that are coming. It's like they're going to be coming over to say hello to us here at halftime. Be fun to talk to them.
Jalen Schlegel, Sawyer Reed over there. Got a great chance to talk to Coach Zimmerman after the game last night. He's up in the bleachers on the opposite side.
Got his whole family with him. Fun to see.
Danielle Duman hits both free throws. 21-9 Bulldogs. Under a minute here in the first half. Corey James will walk it up the floor. James crossing to the left. Feeds Duvall. Duvall pinned near the sideline. Feeds James again. James with 45 seconds in the half. Guarded closely by Couts. Drives along the baseline. Found some space. Put up a shot that missed. Down to the floor is James. Saving it back to Duvall. Up top to Concert. She'll fire a three. Missed at left rim. Rebound Kate Hibbs. Hibbs in a double team. Ball being scrapped for, and they're going to say jump ball. Arrow to West with 27.9 to go in the first half.
Kate Hibbs with the good board, but then needed to do something with it, and her choice was to put the ball down on the floor. Always dangerous when you're a big.
Corey James inbounds to Concert. Concert puts it in with a foul with 26.4 to go in the half. Lauren Concert a free throw that could give West Albany their biggest lead. It's 23-9. Foul will go on Justice Maris, her first. Churchill has surpassed the 10-foul mark. And Lauren Concert trying to complete the three-point play. Free throw up and good from Concert. 24-9 Bulldogs. Less than a half minute to go in the second quarter. Couts feeds Duman into front court with 20 seconds. Back to Becken. Around Duvall left, pushing all the way in. Blocked by Signer. Pulled down by Hibbs. Up to Duvall. Duvall races it ahead for Concert. Lauren on the catch, can't hit, got fouled. And Concert on the deck will shoot 2 free throws. That's a sight we're used to seeing. Lauren Concert down on the floor. Really puts her all into every play. Through the contact, she'll shoot 2.
Kaya Duvall with a three-quarter court pass. That has to be a dime. That has to be the perfect pass. She puts it in the perfect spot for Lauren Concert. Can't get the bucket to go, but draws the foul. The line for 2.
First free throw good. With 11 seconds to play in the half. Madison Brink is going to return. Justice Maris will depart for Churchill. Lauren with a strong finish to the first half. Second free throw on its way. And good. 26-9 Bulldogs. A 17-point advantage. Under 10 in the quarter. Couts to Duman with 6 seconds. Up to Flick. Looking for the cutting Duman with 4. Backing her way in. Out to Flick. She'll fire a 3 at the horn. Missed it. Yeah, we'll go to the locker room with West Albany enjoying their biggest lead, 26-9 over Churchill. We'll take a break, come back, and talk with a couple of the Bulldogs seniors, Jalen Schlegel, Sawyer Reed, after this break at 9:20 KSHO.
Now, for a limited time, save $20 on radiator or transmission flushes at Kanega Tire Factory. And if you're watching your budget, ask about the latest variety of quality used passenger and light truck tires. For over 50 years, you've trusted Kanega to keep you and your family on the road, and Kanega services just get better and better. From tires to struts, brakes to free battery checks, even propane for your barbecue and RV. Still at the Y in Lebanon, the place to buy your tires and more is still Kanega Tire Factory.
Unforgettable 920.
Welcome back here to West Albany High School, 26-9. West Albany with the lead at the half. An interesting first half, Wally. Not the most beautiful first half of basketball, but effective enough for West Albany to build a 17-point lead.
Yeah, that last minute and a half of that second quarter really showed what the Bulldogs can do. And we've seen that over the course of the few games that we've gotten to see this Bulldog girls team play. Just a little topsy-turvy there for the first quarter and a half, but really the Bulldogs, they were doing what they needed to do. They weren't getting a lot of good outside looks, so they were taking the ball to the rim, and they were drawing the foul. Churchill fans didn't like it. Churchill coach didn't like it, but they were fouls. They ended up going to the line quite a bit. They had a lot of their points. Ended up stretching the lead from that point, and then that last minute or so, it looked like the Bulldogs really started to find their game, find their momentum. We're running the floor a little bit better and getting out in transition and getting some buckets.
Not a lot of offensive consistency for the Bulldogs, but the usual cast of characters getting it done. Corey James got off to the good start. Allie Nelke very strong in that second quarter. And then in about the final minute, Lauren Concert really got it going.
Yeah, she asserted herself, and she was doing the job on the defensive end, but she just wasn't getting any clean looks down at the offensive end. They keyed in on a couple of different players, but the other one that's really getting the job done, especially on the boards, is Allie Nelke. She's been impressive so far.
West Albany with a 26-9 lead at the half. Again, I promised you, we got a couple of seniors here from the Bulldog boys. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll come back and talk to them. Jalen Schlegel first after this timeout at KSHO.
Eye-popping graphics on premium fabrics. That's what you'll wear from Northwest Apparel and Graphics. Businesses like Albany's Furniture and Beds, Buckmaster Plumbing, and Rhodes Warden have trusted Northwest Apparel and Graphics for their new appearance. Now you can too, and for a lot less than you'd expect. From vinyl signs and proverbs to screen printing and custom embroidery, Northwest Apparel and Graphics can do it all. No minimum orders for home or business. Learn more by calling 541-259-4545 for Northwest Apparel and Graphics.
We're Linco Federal Credit Union. Keep your money in Linn County with Linco Federal Credit Union. Enjoy a visit with one of our friendly staff at a neighborhood branch near you today. Linco Federal Credit Union in Albany, Lebanon, and Sweet Home. In Linn, you're in.
Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market across from the Heritage Mall has Senior Day, the first Tuesday of every month. $2 off every purchase of $15 or more. Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market. 100% satisfaction guaranteed across from the Heritage Mall with bargains on the brands you trust.
Unforgettable 920.
Welcome back here with West Albany's girls leading Churchill's girls 26-9 at halftime. The Bulldog girls trying to join the Bulldog boys down in Eugene at Matthew Knight Arena. And one of the victorious boys joining us now, Jalen Schlegel. Jalen, congratulations on the win last night. It's got to feel good to get that monkey off your back.
Oh, yeah, for sure, especially after losing the last two times. We're in the Sweet 16. It's nice to finally get a win.
Most definitely. Now, we've heard Nate Sherwood's side of the story about the alley-oop dunk. You put it in. Nate was right there by you. What's your side? Was that to you or to Nate?
Oh, I thought it was to me, but I don't know. Chad says he just threw it up to one of us. We're both over in the area, so.
It worked out for you. Now, how were you able to keep your composure in the first half of that game? Every time down the floor, it looked like their bigs were waiting with an elbow at midcourt. How were you able to keep your cool?
Oh, because like early in the season, I lost my cool, and it kind of affects my game, so I was just trying to keep a cool head. It was kind of to be expected because they did that last year, kind of too. They was really physical on me and everything.
Now, you're heading down to Eugene on Wednesday. The opponent's going to be Jefferson. What do you know about what to expect from Jefferson?
We know they have one kid who's pretty good. They have another kid who's all right, but expect them to be pretty good. They're number 2 in the state, so we got to give them all.
Now, after the loss to Crescent Valley back in January, you guys really turned things around. You won 11 of your last 12 games, 18-7 on the year. Was there anything that clicked for you guys after that Crescent Valley game, or was it just a kind of a concerted effort?
We were really lackadaisical in that game, so ever since then we've just been playing a lot harder and just have better chemistry since then.
And you've been a lot of fun to watch. We got to get it moving here. We got 2 more to get to. Thanks for the time, Jalen. Good luck.
Thank you.
Sawyer Reed taking the headset here. Chad Sherwood right behind him. Sawyer, congratulations to you as well. Now, you run the show for these guys. You handle the ball the most. How do you determine who's going to get the pass? You got to keep all these guys happy.
It's a good problem to have, having so many good scorers, guys that can do it off the dribble and guys that can catch and shoot. And then our bigs down low, they can run the paint. So I just got to take care of it and get it to whoever's open, and they'll do the rest.
Now, I just asked Jalen the same question, but how did you handle the physical play of Eagle Point last night? They really seemed like they wanted to take you guys out of the game.
Yeah, they did. We got caught up in it early, I think. Let our emotions show a little bit more than we should have, but they were a good, fast, physical team, and it was really cool to see how we responded in the second half, late in the second quarter, that we just kind of put it behind us and got more to playing basketball instead of getting caught up in that. So.
Now, this was your first full season of being the starting point guard. Last year, you started basically at the beginning of league play after the injury to Jackson Metzger. Yeah. You never want to see a teammate go down, but did having that extra experience last year help you out this year?
Yeah, hated seeing Jackson go down. He was probably my biggest mentor, aside from the coaches, but maybe a blessing in disguise for me. But Jackson last year was amazing. He stuck around, came to every practice, every game after his injury. He didn't have to do that, and I think he helped me get ready for this year. And when I got the call to take over the reins, it was a more smooth transition. So lucky to have Jack and have that happen.
And go back to the game against South Albany. In the second half, you threw an alley-oop. I'm going to call it an alley-oop. It looked like a shot when you released it. Was that an alley-oop or was that an actual shot?
No, that was an alley-oop.
Okay, good.
I promise. Zim's told me a few times the easy alley-oop, just to act like you're shooting it, everybody will freeze. And that's kind of what they did. And Nate just went up and got it. It was really fun to watch.
It was a heck of a play. We were off the air, unfortunately, with some difficulties at that point. But if I'd been calling the action, I definitely would have said Sawyer for 3 because it looked like a shot. You were able to throw the alley-oop. It was nicely done.
Yeah.
Yeah, continue. Sorry.
No, Jackson actually texted me after that game and said a couple of my friends thought it was a shot, but I told them it was not you. So
I will buy that version
Yeah.
too. Hey, we're really looking forward to covering you guys down in Eugene. Congratulations again on the win.
All right, thanks. See you there, guys.
Thanks. Sawyer Reed, we still have Chad here. We'll give it back. Thanks, Jalen. Thank you, Sawyer. Good luck. Nice to have a couple of members of the Bulldog boys here after their win last night, 69-43 over Eagle Point. We'll make the seamless transition to Jeff Kiter. Jeff with our first half stats here. And Jeff, congratulations in order to you as well. A coaching victory for you today.
Yeah, the Coach Terrace team, and we won the 8th grade competitive league championship game today.
Congratulations.
So pretty exciting, yeah.
And the first half numbers, 26-9 West Albany with the lead, and a lot of free throws contributing to that.
Yeah, a lot of free throws, not very good field goal percentage. West Albany had about 30%. Churchill was 18% from the field. West Albany was 6 of 15 inside the three-point line, 1 of 8 outside the three-point line. But again, they shot 17 free throws. They were 11 of 17 from the free throw line. Churchill, on the other hand, they were 3 of 9 inside three-point range, 0 for 7 outside the three-point line.
Wow.
They were 3 of 6 from the free throw line. And the Bulldogs out-rebounded Churchill 19-7. And then turnovers, West Albany had 7. And then with some stifling defense, West Albany created 11 first-half turnovers from Churchill. Individually, West Albany was led in double figures by Corey James. She had 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Allie Nelke had 3 points and 8 rebounds and 1 assist. Ashton Signer had 5 points and 3 rebounds. Lauren Concert had 7 points. And Churchill was led in scoring by Danielle Duman, who had 7 points. A couple of foul issues. Corey James has 2. Ashton Signer has 2. And for Churchill, Khadijah Smith has 3. And then they have a trio with 2 fouls. Carly Becken, Leah Coots, and Danielle Duman all have 2 fouls. So we'll get ready to start the second half.
Sounds good. Thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome.
We'll get the headset back here to Wally. I thought for a moment we were going to have a third member of the team. I saw Chad here for a second. But nice to talk to Sawyer and Jalen.
Yeah, I think what Sawyer was going to have Jalen do it, but then I think Chad had to leave momentarily, and so Sawyer filled in. But told them that we'll get a couple of them on maybe during the girls' game down at Matt Knight Arena, and hopefully, because I think they'll be down there for the duration. We'll see if we can get some more of the Bulldog boys on at halftime.
Now, we don't want to make the premature assumption that there will be a girls' game, but it's looking pretty good at 26-9.
It is. They're playing well, and I think probably they'll make a couple of adjustments here to try and spread the floor a little bit more, make Churchill work a little bit harder defensively with perimeter ball movement, maybe a little less dribbling, a little bit more passing. I think we're going to see Bulldogs extend this lead quickly.
If West hangs on to win, they will play Thursday night at 8:15. The boys will play Wednesday at 8:15 at Matthew Knight Arena. And the winner of this game gets the Thursday late game. Churchill first possession of the second half. Working at the rim now down to our left with Hannah Montgomery. Looking for help up top. Pass deflected and stolen by Lauren Concert. That was a theme in the first half. Tips and steals. And West with possession is Duvall. Feeds Nelke in the middle. Down low for Signer. That's knocked away. Nelke chases it down though. Very aware play as Duvall gets it back out to James. James to the right for Concert. Concert to the baseline for Duvall. Duvall rifles it to Signer at the left elbow. Ashton had it knocked away, but got it to James. James out to the midcourt logo to retrieve it. Comes right for Concert to Duvall in the right corner. Whipped inside for Nelke. Wide open. She lays it in.
Oh, man. Did you see? Kaya Duvall's eyes got this big around when she saw how open Nelke was. Kaya Duvall with the assist. Got a special acknowledgement about Kaya Duvall's family listening to us from Palm Springs.
Palm Springs. Oh, it must be a nice place to be right now.
Sign me up for that.
Hannah Montgomery at the top of the key, lobbing it inside to nobody in particular, knocked away, and now we're going to get a tie-up. Couts and Nelke fighting for it, and the arrow will favor the Bulldogs, who have built their lead to 19 with 6:55 to go in the third quarter. 9 points on the board for Churchill right now. They had 4 very early in this game. Went scoreless for a long time to end the first quarter. We're stuck on 5 for a long time in the second quarter. Signer in the right corner feeds Duvall, who crosses it left for James. James looking to go on the baseline, spins the dribble back out, scoops it to Concert, had it stolen by Becken. Becken on the run all the way in. Puts it up, no, but a foul. A whistle and a foul as Ashton Signer chasing it down. will be called for it, and Carly Becken will be at the line for 2 free throws. Third foul on Signer, and the first on West.
And really didn't want to see Ashton Signer have to pick up that foul there this early in the third quarter. A lot of basketball to be played here. We'll see if Coach Averly decides to pull the trigger on maybe getting somebody in for her. Maybe not for the entire third quarter, but maybe give her a few minutes rest here.
Carly Becken good on the first free throw to get Churchill to double figures. And a second one on its way. No good. Off to the right. Rebounded by Signer. 28-10 Bulldogs. 6.5 to go in the third quarter. Corey James operating at the point. Angling left with the dribble and bumped and fouled by Becken up top. Carly Becken really trying to bump Corey James as she was working with the left-hand dribble. Third foul on Becken.
Yeah, and the referees let it go while it was up high, but when it started to impede her progress to the hoop, that's when they made the call.
Ashton Signer on the left wing. Feeds James between the circles. Now to Nelke at the foul line. Nelke, hammered by Becken. No whistle. James gets it. Into the corner for Duvall. She'll size up a three and bury it from the left corner. Count the bucket. They'll call a late foul. So Kaya Duvall a chance for a 4-point play as she put it in from the left corner and absorbed the contact.
And let me tell you the difference between that shot and the one she missed. She missed a couple of threes early in this game, but the difference was that time she was able to set her feet, get her hands around the ball, didn't rush the shot at all, got herself square to the bucket, draws the contact on the shot, chance for the 4-point play.
Her free throw up and good. A 4-point trip for Kaya Duvall. And West leads by 22, 32-10 with 6:08 to go in the third quarter. Justice Maris on the right wing. Picks up the dribble. Bounces it to Montgomery dangerously. James was right there waiting for it. Montgomery retreats all the way out to midcourt. Now feeds Couts at the left elbow. Looking back door for Montgomery on the catch. Montgomery looks for space. One dribble. Had it swatted away. Got it back. Wants a timeout, I think. Will have it stolen by Corey James. James bounces it to Nelke. West in possession again with another steal. James will walk it up to the right. Feeds Signer. Down to the corner, Kaya Duvall. Open again for a moment. She'll hold. Guarded by Duman. Looking cross court for Concert. Goes over her head to James. Now to Nelke at the foul line. Right wing for Signer. Now right corner, Duvall. Bulldogs looking for somebody open. Signer on the cut. Had it knocked away. Duvall chases it down again in the right corner. Scoops it to Ashton. Along the baseline, she'll drive. Through traffic. Goes to the reverse. Missed. Rebounded by Nelke. She puts it back up and in. Allie Nelke, another board and a putback, and the Bulldogs are blowing this one open, really 34-10.
Really strong, Allie Nelke is.
A timeout will be taken here by Churchill with 5:06 to go in the third. A full timeout. We'll come back in a minute here to 9:20 KSHO.
Staying on top of your savings can be like staying on top of a mechanical bull or an extreme ski slope. But U.S. Bank makes saving easy with Start. Savings today and rewards tomorrow lets you save slow.
Yes.
Or fast. Save $1,000, earn a $50 U.S. Bank Rewards Visa card. Keep the balance for a year and get another $50.
Awesome.
Start today at any U.S. Bank or usbank.com/start. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank. Conditions apply. See the Start program agreement or a banker for details. Deposit products offered by U.S. Bank N.A. member FDIC.
So you're driving to work in the morning when you hit a detour down a gravel road for 18 miles. Luckily, every car or pickup tire that Les Schwab sells comes with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you. Along with great prices, we give you free flat repairs, rebalancing, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. So, why lifetime protection? Because you just might need it. That's our best tire value promise. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Unforgettable 920.
Do you remember, Wally, earlier in the broadcast when it was 4-2 Churchill and we were a little bit concerned about the slow start for West? Well, it's a 32-6 run since for the Bulldogs. They lead 34-10 with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, they've really started to impose their will on Churchill now, and Churchill has proven by that shot right there, going to be taking some desperation shots.
Oh, and a block off the miss. Brink missed a long jumper. The loose ball came inside, and Danielle Duman got sent packing by Ali Nelke.
Nelke took a shot to the face there at the end of that play, too inadvertent.
On the inbound, Montgomery has it. Feeds Khadijah Smith. One dribble and then firing it away. Thrown way over the head of Justice Maris towards the now vacant West Albany band.
Thought maybe Lauren Concert got a finger on that and altered the flight of that ball, but the referees say no, we're going the other way.
Lauren Kimura returning, Kaya Duvall checking out. Again, Corey James taking her time, bringing it up the left side. Justice Maris there with her. James comes cross-court right for Kimura. Now to Signer. Signer to Kimura again. Working out between the circles, feeding James.
And you can see, Ryan, that the Bulldogs have done exactly what we talked about at halftime, spreading the floor a little bit more, making Churchill work a little bit harder. It's creating a lot of openings for the ball to go into the paint.
And creating spacing, really making Churchill run to the ball as Lauren Concert misses a hook inside. Nelke pulls the rebound away from Duman. Out to James, an open three that's good from the top of the key. 37-10 West, under 4 to go in the third.
Second chance opportunities because of the work of Allie Nelke.
Now in double digits with rebounds is Nelke. It's a pass inside to Duman, backing it out to the foul line, all the way to the top of the key. Now feeding Smith. Smith around the Duman screen to the top, bumped and fouled by Ashton Signer. And for Ashton, that will be her fourth. So Ellie Kale will quickly report to the scores table to replace Signer. This game very much in hand for West Albany, and Ashton can afford to take a long rest if she needs to.
Well, West has really imposed themselves on the Lancers here. Ashton Signer picking up her fourth foul, but it's not that it's not all that big a deal of concern here with a 37-10 lead.
Alyssa Flick has come back in for Churchill. Danielle Duman hands it up top to Madison Brink. Now to Flick. Around to the right for Smith. Smith had it poked away and stolen by Concert. Lauren on the far sideline. Looking to come through traffic. Lost the handle. Gets it back. Feeds James. Left wing. Another three on the way for Corey. This one's short. And the rebound to Churchill. Smith up the right side to Maris. Doubled by James and Concert in backcourt. And a whistle and a foul. Get Concert for it. And the third foul on West Albany here in the second half.
Here's what West is doing defensively. They're contesting everything. They're contesting on the boards. They're contesting the trip up the floor by Churchill. They're contesting every pass and getting out on shooters. Churchill just hasn't been able to handle it.
Kai Duvall comes right back in. Corey James takes a rare breather with 3:11 to go in the quarter. Khadijah Smith up top. Beating Brink. Had it stolen by Ellie Kale this time. It's Kale in front court. Beating Concert on the run down the right side. Lauren's shot, no good, and a late whistle and a foul, which will put Lauren at the line for 2 free throws. Foul on Madison Brink. Third team foul on Churchill, and for Brink, her second. So Lauren Concert will be at the line here to shoot 2, with the Bulldogs leading by 27.
That calls so
3:02 to
late.
go in the third.
You have time to have a sandwich between the contact and the whistle.
It's the second time we've seen that.
Holy smokes.
Lauren's free throw is good. Bulldogs go up 38-10.
While she sets up for that, I want to say hi to a Bulldog alum and a classmate of mine here at West Albany, Jim O'Donnell, listening to the broadcast tonight from the Depot Bay Liquor Store, which he owns.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yes.
I was going to say, if he's listening to the whole game there as a consumer, that would worry me. It's Justice Maris on the right side. Down to the baseline for Smith.
Very quick to point that out.
Smith out to Maris. And Maris comes left for Brink. Guarded by Kale on the wing with 2:40 to go in the third. 39-10 West. Brink all the way through, blocked from behind and out of bounds. Jim O'Donnell is the official, correct?
Yes,
Is that right?
That's right. Yep.
So you got to be nice to the refs here for a while.
And if you ask him, he'll say he's a good one.
I'm sure he will. They all will. They all think they're very good. Duman to Flick to Maris. Now around the perimeter for the Lancers. Trying to go inside to Duman. Knocked away again. Nelke got a fingertip on it. Churchill with 1 point here in the second half. The Bulldogs leading 39-10. Maris comes way up top for Flick. Down to the right for Brink. Brink around the perimeter. Back to Maris.
Bulldogs with the matchup zone going. Anytime somebody crosses your face, you hand them off to somebody else.
Pass again deflected by Concert. To the floor goes Nelke to save it to Kale. Bulldogs again off the steal. It's Kale to front court. Comes right for Concert. Attacking the baseline. Pulls for 2. Curled off, no good. Tipped out long by Nelke, saving it in to Kimura. What a hustle by Nelke. Now Kale for 3. Got it! What hustle by West Albany, leading to the triple for Ellie Kale, and the Bulldogs lead by 32 with 1:55 to go in the third. Now Smith on the perimeter for Churchill. Tied up by Concert. The arrow will favor the Lancers, but again, West Albany able to get their hands on the ball. How about Allie Nelke tonight? All over the place.
She's really been something. Every time we've seen this West Albany girls team, Allie Nelke has been a force and has been able has had an impact, positive impact on everything the Bulldogs are doing.
Timeout on the floor. It'll be a full, but we're going to stay here. 42-10. West Albany with 1:48 to go in the third quarter. If you want the latest information on your favorite high school teams, log on to osaa.org and the OSAA Score Center. The OSAA Score Center has schedules, scores, and official rankings for all member schools in all team sports. At osaa.org, you'll also find playoff brackets, broadcast schedules, and historical records. For more information, visit osaa.org.
And how about right on cue, Jeff Kiter pointing out Allie Nelke, 11 rebounds in this game.
11 boards and a number of hustle plays that won't show up in the box score. But that last play, chasing down the rebound in the corner, saving it out to Ellie Kale, and Ellie Kale able to knock down the open triple.
Allie Nelke, we haven't talked about this. We might have earlier, but asked the girls to fill out a profile so that we know a little bit more about them. You did refer to that in the pregame, but Allie Nelke talked about her most memorable moment on this season was the game at Corvallis, where she went for 13 points and 14 rebounds, had her picture in the Democrat Herald, and it was her birthday.
Oh, that's a heck of a day.
The closest game West Albany has played on this season, winning by 3 at Corvallis. Big game for Nelke. Oh, no, she's talking about the one that was here at West.
Right, then, West won big at Corvallis there at the end of the regular season. Out of the timeout, Churchill with it. As Montgomery feeds Smith at the left elbow. Inside for Duman, and Duman got a layup. Finally, a field goal for Churchill here in the second half. The Bulldog lead is 30 with 1:30 to go in the third. Kaya Duvall at the point. Goes left for Kimura. Kimura bounces it to Duvall in the left corner. Duvall scanning the defense, wants to dribble on the baseline, and she did. Yep, shuffled the feet before she put it on the deck, so a turnover. A rare one for West Albany, as they've taken very good care of the ball here in the second half.
Looking for the pass. See an opening. Feet get going before the ball hits the floor.
Alyssa Flick feeds Khadijah Smith in front court for Churchill. Now Maris straight away. Bounce pass left for Montgomery. The left elbow for Duman. Quickly inside for Smith. Threaded the needle and had it blocked by Kale and out of bounds. That was a great look by Duman inside, but Ellie Kale rejecting Khadijah Smith.
Yeah, West Albany a little slow. That's the same rotation offensively that we've seen the last 2 trips down the floor. Bulldogs not rotating very quickly on that. Churchill's had some good looks.
Montgomery bounces it in for Duman. Duman puts it in around Kale. 42-14. Kaya Duvall crossing over on Maris up top. Right into a Kate Hibbs screen. Comes all the way back up between the circles. Comes right for Kimura in the corner. Bounced it back to Duvall. Kaya open for a moment. Now hounded by Montgomery. Goes again along the baseline into a double and turned it over. Stolen by Montgomery to Smith. Now to Maris, who will bring it ahead with 35 seconds to go in the quarter. Bulldogs by 28. Montgomery to Duman at the left elbow. Duvall hounding her. Now to Maris. Left for Montgomery. And Duman just inside the arc. Right side Flick. Stepping back, won't take the 3. Comes to Maris. Now around to Montgomery. She will fire and hit with a foul underneath. The foul away from the ball. So they'll say count the bucket for Hannah Montgomery. It's a 2 for Montgomery. A foot on the line. That's what I was waiting to see. They'll call it a 2 for Montgomery. The basket counts with the foul on Lauren Conser underneath. Churchill will now have possession. That's worse than fouling the shooter. You've also given them the ball. The lead's still at 26, but a 6-0 run here for Churchill.
I'm not really sure what happened there with the contact. Lauren Conser looks a little bit frustrated. Referee's having a chat.
It's the second foul on Conser, the 4th on West Albany. And Churchill saying it was a 3. It's the difference between being down 25 and 26 at this point. So calm yourselves, folks. As Flick goes to Montgomery, to Duman. Pass inside, knocked away by Conser. Loose on the baseline, and last touch by Churchill as Khadijah Smith put a foot on it.
Ellie Kale giving chase over there. Got blocked off of the play, but Churchill knocks it out, coming the other way.
Final 10 seconds of the third quarter. All West Albany, 42-16, leading Churchill. Duvall comes to the top for Conser. She'll step back for 3. Up and in and out, no good. Hibbs tries to put it back, and her shot will not beat the horn. So we'll come to the end of the third quarter. 8 minutes now standing between West Albany and their 4th consecutive trip to the state tournament. West Albany 42, Churchill 16. We'll take a break and return to 920 KSHO.
Deline Myers and Remax Integrity of Albany are 2 names you can always count on. Remax was built on integrity and is dedicated to service. Deline Myers is dedicated to assisting you with those same 2 qualities, integrity and service. Count on Deline for any real estate-related needs. Deline Myers would like you to know she is proud to support Bulldog Athletics and proud to assist you with your real estate needs through RE/MAX Integrity of Albany.
Family owned and operated since 1979, Crabtree Auto stresses the small stuff when it comes to maintaining your vehicle. An oil change every 3,000 miles is a small thing now, but adds up to big rewards down the road. Crabtree Auto on Hill Street, just south of 9th in Albany.
Now is the time to buy a car at Mark Thomas Motors. 4 generations in the auto business and here to stay. Mark Thomas Motors is big on supporting local events. 3 locations in Albany: Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Hyundai, GMC, Buick, Pontiac. Now is the time to buy a car at Mark Thomas Motors in Albany.
America's best music and the news you need. This is 920 KSHO, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.
And a start of the fourth quarter, and just like that, a 3 from Corey James. No hesitation to start the fourth, and Bulldogs go back up by 29.
Have that high screen, Ryan, and if you go underneath that screen, she's going to be open for that all night. You have to come over the top of that screen to at least get a hand in her face.
Duman charging her way to the rim, blocked, and they'll call a foul on Allie Nelke. Questionable.
They're going to get Ashley Signer. That's going to be 5.
Wow. Called on Signer. Well, though Signer is out, it makes me feel a little better because I thought Nelke really had the clean block. She did, and it's Signer who got the foul. So the officials now are going to talk.
Yeah, they pointed. Oh, now are they going to change it? They're going to get Kaya Duvall for this?
Well, if it's Ashton, that's 5, and they need to stop this as Duman rattles in a first free throw. And now Mike Bessard saying, come over to the table, we need to talk, because that's 5 if you called that on 14.
Yeah, and he did. He definitely pointed to Ashton and said 1-4.
Mike Haberly was ready. He already knew. He had Riley Wetmore seated next to him. Ashton with a chuckle as she'll come off. Well, she almost got away with it, but now she will foul out here and head to the bench. So her night done. A nice ovation for Ashton, as she will take a seat, and Danielle Duman will be at the free throw line here for one more. Scoreboard now has it at 45. Should be 17. And no good on the second free throw. So it should be 45-17 with 7.5 to go in the game. Corey James will work it up the floor, crossing right to left. James up top, Conser. Conser into the corner for Duvall. Duvall to the right elbow for Nelke. Nelke doubled, harassed, gets to the corner for Duvall, and Nelke got wiped out, and a foul called on Churchill as Carly Becken pushed Allie Nelke to the floor.
Another late whistle. Not late with the contact, though. Man, she got hammered.
So West will have it 7:16 left. Justice Maris back in for Churchill. Carly Becken will check out. That foul on Becken was her 4th. And Churchill with the 4 team fouls. Conser inbounds to Corey James. James to Lauren up top. Open 3 on the way for Conser. Back rim, no good. Rebound loose underneath. Corey James tries to get her hands on it. Does to save it into Duvall. Duvall up top, Conser. Another 3 from the same spot. And got that one right from the top of the key. Second time's the charm for Conser. It's 48-17 West Albany. Flick in the right corner for Churchill. Looking for space. Comes out to Maris.
Good things have happened for Churchill when they've been able to get the ball to the high post, just like that right there.
Now Duman left for Brink. Long jumper, way long. Conser pulls down the air ball. Back to James, and West can walk it up the floor with 6:35 to go and what will become an extended celebration here at West Albany High School. James through traffic to Nelke. Nelke inside. I think they're going to get it for a walk. They will prior to the shot. Travel on Allie Nelke. Subs will come in. Ellie Kale, Kate Hibbs for West. Allie Nelke out along with Lauren Conser. Mentioned that Riley Wetmore had checked in to replace Ashton Signer. Took me until the fourth quarter to call Ashton Samantha. That makes me feel good.
Well done.
Thought it would happen a lot earlier. Madison Brink.
Samantha Signer, who is in the house
She is
tonight.
here tonight, yeah. Now a freshman at Oregon State.
Along with about 87 Signers. Take up a whole section down there. Signers and Betters and the rest of the crew.
On the inside pass, going to get a foul. And to the line will be Leah Couts for 2.
Hey, want to thank Patricia Ike, who's seated right behind us here for the cookies tonight. We've always said treats mean airtime. She brought the treats tonight. Gotta love how she packaged them.
Can we talk about how they were labeled, though?
I love how they're labeled. Wally's, everybody else's.
And
as it should be.
As I said, that's generally how it is on the broadcast, too. There's Wally, and then there's everyone else.
Oh, my thanks to Patricia Ike for bringing the treats.
They are delicious. And as we have 6:10 to go in the game, I'm getting ready to dig back into them. Both free throws good from Couts. 48-19 Bulldogs with 6:05 left.
Don't be taking them out of my bag.
I'll go to the everyone else bag. Don't worry about it. Hibbs to Wetmore. Feeding Ashley Parvin on the right wing. She misses from outside. The rebound chased down by Duvall up top.
Good little punch out there by Wetmore.
Duvall to Ellie Kale. Pinned on the left sideline. Drives to the baseline. Dumps it inside for Hibbs on the blocks. Hibbs a little turnaround jumper. Too strong. Rebound to Parvin. She goes back up. Can't hit. Rebound to Kale. Loose on the floor. Kale puts it up. No. Got her own rebound in traffic. Goes back up again and scores.
How about the fortitude of Ellie Kale?
What a sequence from West. And Kale finally able to put it in. 50-19. Duman a left elbow jumper that's good at the other end. 50-21. 5:18 to go in the game. Duvall up ahead to Wetmore. Wetmore to Parvin. Parvin inside Kale. Stolen by Maris. Maris on the run. Bounces it to Brink. Brink all the way in through traffic. Missed the layup. Rebound to Kaya Duvall in the middle. Somehow Kaya at 5'4" able to pull that one down. Duvall up ahead to Wetmore. Under 5 now to go in the game. Bulldogs leading by 29. Parvin along the baseline, lobbing it in for Hibbs. Tough catch by Hibbs, and now she's going to be tied up by Danielle Duman. Possession arrow to Churchill with 4:45 left. Subs in. Olivia Sams will come in for West Albany. Kaya Duvall will come out. Now all 5 reserves on the floor for the Bulldogs, and it will probably stay that way with 4:45 to go in the game. Carly Becken back on the floor for Churchill. She'll run the point. Bringing it up to be matched by Wetmore. Feeding Maris on the left wing. Kale has her there as Maris now feeds Montgomery. Montgomery to the right for Becken. Quick pass to Duman just behind the foul line. Duman scanning the defense. Comes out to Couts. Couts with the left-hand dribble around the Duman screen. Pulls up the foul line. Scoops it to Duman on the handoff. Now gives to Becken. Becken back out to Maris. Maris, left corner Couts. Just inside the arc. Comes now back out to Montgomery. To Becken. To Duman. Little hot potato. Right corner from Maris. She'll jab to the baseline. Fire a jumper from there. Front rim it off. Loose into the corner. Chased by Wetmore. Bulldog ball is Riley Wetmore. Up ahead to Hibbs on the run, right of the lane. All the way in. Put it up. No good. Back rim and off. Rebound to Churchill. Hibbs just had a little bit too much speed going, I think, to settle that one down. Becken feeds Montgomery out on the right. 3:52 to go in the game. Bulldogs up 29. Duman on the attack down the right side. Lays it in. So Danielle Duman doing some damage here, but much too late. 50-23 West with 3:42 left. Wetmore to Kale. Kale on the dribble all the way inside the foul line. Dumps it off underneath to Hibbs. Hibbs gets fouled hard on the way up. And 2 free throws coming here for Kate Hibbs.
Yeah, Kate Hibbs with a great position there. A little pick and roll, a little basic basketball there. Wetmore able to find her as Hibbs goes strong to the basket. Draws the foul and chance for 2.
Foul on Leah Couts, her 4th. 5th team foul on Churchill, and Kate Hibbs with 2 free throws. First one up and good for Kate Hibbs, 5'10" junior.
Very, very bright West Albany girls basketball team. Very high GPAs. Kate Hibbs, 3.76 GPA.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
She got both.
That's Ryan Pitts type numbers.
If you add up my 4 years, maybe. That's one of my dad's favorite jokes. I stole that directly from him. Leah Couts drives in, has it blocked, and they're going to call a foul. I think they got Parvin for a reach, and they did from behind. So Leah Couts will be at the line. There's an interesting tie. Speak of my dad, and of course thinking of Junction City. Danielle Duman for Churchill. Her mom, Cheryl, who's the scorekeeper down here for Churchill, was a former counselor at my middle school in Junction City.
That's some.
Yeah, small world.
It is a small world. Small valley.
It is. When I told my friend Marcus that we'd be playing Churchill, he said that Duman's daughter is a beast. She still is a counselor at Oakley Middle School. I'll have to talk to her after the game. Both free throws good. 52-25. West with the lead by 27. 3:16 to go in the game. Hibbs into the corner for Kale. And Kale's pass deflected on the sideline. It'll stay with West with 3:13 left. Ellie Kale will inbound it for the Bulldogs. Looking for help. Gets to Wetmore. Wetmore in traffic. Bounces it to Hibbs. Now to Parvin. Baseline for Sams. Sams on the blocks. In trouble. Has it taken away. And he'll call a walk prior to that. Either way, it would have been Churchill ball, but they'll take it on the travel out of bounds with 3:03 left in the game.
Olivia Sams put the ball down on the floor there. You get that ball down at the low block. Want to be able to keep that ball up high. A really good chance to talk with Olivia Sams' mom, Julie, prior to the game.
Hannah Montgomery misfiring on a 3 from the right wing. Rebound to Kale. Bulldog ball again. Playing it out here, leading by 27 with 2:45 to go. Wedmore for Sams. Sams picks up the dribble in front of the Bulldog bench. Had it knocked away. Still loose into the far corner. And it'll belong to West Albany with 2:35 left. Well, the pace of this game has brought the excitement down a little bit, but the bottom line here is the Bulldogs are 2:35 away from returning to the state tournament for a 4th consecutive year.
It's just a phenomenal run by the Bulldogs, and so happy for them, and happy for us, too. We get to go call that action.
Call 2 teams down in Eugene for the first time. Lauren Kimura back in. Ellie Kale departing as Kimura now runs the point with 2.5 to go. All Bulldogs, 52-25. Bounce pass to the baseline, stolen by Couts. Churchill back in possession. Couts will feed Becken. Becken, met by Wetmore, goes left for Maris, just inside the arc. Working with the right-hand dribble, now backs up for a deep 2. No good off the back rim. Rebound loose to the floor, and a walk as Kimura took that one all the way to the deck, a travel on West Albany. Again, the game for the girls will be Thursday night, 8:15 down in Eugene. The boys, Wednesday night at 8:15. The boys will be playing Jefferson, we know that, and the girls would be playing the Summit Corvallis winner. So it could be a Mid-Willamette rematch if Corvallis keeps the home court advantage.
Boy, and Corvallis playing really well right now. It wouldn't shock me a bit to see 3 Mid-Willamette Conference teams at the state tournament. Corvallis, West Albany,
and Lebanon, perhaps.
Lebanon,
We're hopeful. As Montgomery on the drive in are going to get a blocking foul on West Albany. Montgomery will be at the line for 2. I haven't gotten an update in a while from Scott Landgren, who's at the Lebanon game. It was 20-14 Warriors at the half. Lebanon's trying to make their 2nd consecutive trip down to Eugene. Foul win against Sams, her first. And Montgomery will shoot 2. First one up, and no good off back rim. A lot of subs coming in here for Churchill. Madison Brink and Khadijah Smith, the first 2. Ellie Kale returns for West Albany. Lauren Kimura will depart. And if Hannah Montgomery hits her 2nd free throw, she will be subbed out.
Danielle Duman for Churchill. Her night's done. By far the leading scorer for Churchill on the night. She's a good player, good post player.
Lexi Harris will check in for Churchill. Hannah Montgomery does check out after hitting the 2nd free throw. 52-26. Bulldogs with the lead and 1:52 to go from West Albany High School. Ashley Parvin with the dribble. Feeding the cutting Sams. Goes high for the catch. Good athletic play by Sams as Wetmore gets it now. Bouncing it to Hibbs. Knocked away and stolen. Becken had that one go off for Schnoz. Throws it into front court right to Ellie Kale. Here comes Kale. Now she'll back it out to Wetmore. We come down on 90 seconds to play here. What has been extended garbage time in this state playoff game. Ellie Kale feeding Sams on the right blocks. Really being hounded by Brink. A lot of contact. She bounces it to Parvin. Parvin's going to fire a 3. No good off front rim. Offensive rebound, Kate Hibbs. Hibbs on the left block. Bounces it down for Kale. Through traffic, goes to reverse and fouled as she went up. Leaving the officials no choice but to call that. Been letting a lot go down the stretch, but they blow the whistles there, and Ellie Kale will shoot 2.
I sit here blown away. You just cannot find good people that can use with the proper use of the word schnoz.
Kale's free throw is good.
It just doesn't happen. Well done.
I don't know if the FCC will be calling me here shortly. I don't know if that's joined the list of things you can't say on the radio.
Pretty sure that one.
Yeah, I think that's all right. I think that's clean. Kale in and out on the 2nd free throw. 53-26 Bulldogs. 1:07 to play.
Ellie Kale's quietly had a very good night tonight. Draining a 3, a bucket, and a free throw.
We'd have to say thanks again to her father, David, who sent us updates all season long on the Bulldog girls while we were covering boys games on the same nights.
You bet. Really appreciate that effort.
Back into the top, knocked away into backcourt by Parvin, chased down by Flick. Up ahead to Brink. Brink comes around to Smith, screen to the foul line, dumps it back for Harris. Harris right in the hands of Smith, driving all the way in, blocked by Hibbs, pulled down by Kale. Bulldogs with it, and 37 seconds to play. Wetmore gets it across the timeline, Becken out. Force her to get rid of it to Kale. Kale to the high post for Hibbs. Hibbs right back to Wetmore with 26 seconds. Bounce pass right for Parvin. 2 on the way for Parvin. Got it with a friendly roll. Ashley Parvin wanted that jump shot. She got that one, the deep 2. 55-26. Flick Pinned on the right side by Parvin. Pivoting, looking for help. Comes out to Smith with 9 seconds. Inside, knocked away from Brink. Loose and stolen by Parvin with 3 seconds, with 2 seconds. Parvin has it knocked away, and the horn will sound. And for the 4th consecutive season, West Albany is on their way to the state tournament. The Bulldog girls have done it again with ease here tonight. 55-26. West Albany takes care of Churchill. Back to Matthew Knight they go. West wins by 29. We'll come back and wrap this one up here at 9:20 KSHO.
If your washer, dryer, stove, or fridge are stone cold dead, then who are you going to call? Like New Appliance at 541-259 at 1131, of course. You see, Like New Appliance is the Mid-Valley's premier recycler, creating like new appliances from your abandoned, lifeless metal rejects. Do your recycling part. Ask for a free discarded appliance pickup today by calling 259 at 1131. That's 541-259 at 1131 for Like New Appliance.
Unforgettable 920.
Welcome back here to West Albany High School. 55-26. West Albany beats Churchill to get back to the state tournament in Eugene. This one became somewhat anticlimactic, Wally, because West really put this one away in the second quarter. It was close early, 9-4 after a quarter, but West really stepped on the air hose in the second. It was not in doubt from halftime on.
Yeah, they played really well, Ryan, and even though the sluggish start to this game, they really started to impose their will on Churchill, getting to the line, getting a lot of points from the line in the second quarter. But in the third quarter, it was basically just stretch them out. We saw them expand their offense, get a little bit wider. It opened up some passes to the high post. We saw some high lows, very effective from West Albany, and then everything else kind of collapsed as far as Churchill's world from that point. West with a much better ball movement there in that third quarter, opened it up. Fourth quarter, got to get a lot of the reserves in, get some rest for their starters. Great night overall for the Bulldogs.
They win it easily, 55-26. You can earn rewards, exclusive discounts, and preferred rates with a U.S. Bank package. Choose a silver, gold, or platinum checking and create a package with the features that are right for you. U.S. Bank, all of us serving you. See Banker for details. Deposit products offered by U.S. Bank National Association, N.A., member FDIC. And a very, very special thank you to Mitch Benedict and his continuing support of West Albany athletics, boys and girls here in the postseason. Mitch is responsible for a couple of branches of U.S. Bank in Corvallis. Stop by and visit a local U.S. Bank and check out one of those packages, or give me a call and I'll tell you about them. Mitch, like me, working for U.S. Bank, we thank him for his continued sponsorship and all of the sponsors who stepped up to make it possible for us to cover the girls. Again, it's just not possible. As you know, they play on the same night many times during the year. We can't do both, but when we get to the postseason, we really enjoy doing this. And how lucky are we to be along for the ride 4 straight years to the state tournament?
It's been a really special thing for us, and I love being able to call these games and in partnership with you and with Jeff, and the success of the girls program. It's just like we say with football, we are just along for the ride, but what a fun ride that is. We get to ride the success of this West Albany girls program. We get to go down for 4 days, and we hope calling games all 4 days. That would mean both teams are continuing to win. We will expect that the Bulldog boys and girls will be highly successful down in Eugene. It's going to be a lot of fun, Ryan.
We know now that our Wednesday and Thursday nights are booked at 8:15. Wednesday night, the boys against Jefferson, 8:15 tip time, probably on the air around 8 p.m. from Matthew Knight Arena. And then Thursday night, the girls at 8:15, again against the Summit Corvallis winner. There would be a lot of people in the state of Oregon who would say that basically everybody besides Springfield or Willamette is playing for third place. That, I think, would be the prevailing opinion. I think this team in white has something to say about that.
Yeah, I think they do too, and they've got an intensity about them. They're having fun playing basketball, but they have an intensity about them. I like the game face that I see from this West Albany team when they take the floor. It's all business. They are doing something very special on this season. Now at 24-0. They don't want to enter that loss column. They want to continue this run and finish things out with an undefeated season.
At Les Schwab Tires, they know buying tires today means more than just price. It includes service, selection, quality, and value. This is why dollar for dollar, tire for tire, Les Schwab is the tire store you can trust. Les Schwab Tires, proud sponsor of the OSAA Championships and doing the right thing since 1952. Those title sponsors, U.S. Bank and Les Schwab Tires, have been around much, much longer than I have, and I don't know that there's any longer title sponsorship of a state tournament. They do a great job. The OSAA does a great job of putting that on down in Eugene, and we will be thrilled that we get to be a part of it down there as West Albany wins here tonight 55-26. We'll have a little bit of time to talk about stats here with Jeff Kiter in a little bit. But let's start with the performance tonight by Allie Nelke. I thought she was just all over the place. Scored a lot of points, but had a ton of rebounds. And those hustle plays, just throwing after every loose ball.
Yeah, you wish that there was a hustle board here on the wall because Allie Nelke would lead in a lot of different categories. She's so strong underneath the basket, but she's got great instincts for the rebounds as well. She just gets so much done on sheer effort. She's not going to score a lot of points, but she, because she is around the ball all the time, those opportunities present themselves. And great night for Allie Nelke. She makes a lot of things happen.
The Bulldogs pushed to 24-0 on the season, continuing this unbeaten run that will continue now down to the state tournament in Eugene. It was an interesting atmosphere here tonight. Just seemed a little quieter, and I think there was some of the energy just taken out of the building last night. So many people so excited that the boys got over the hump in their third try in the round of 16. This has become a routine now for the West Albany girls to get down to Eugene. It's almost kind of scary where you get to the point where making the state tournament is expected. Now you got to win it. That's the next step.
Well, it certainly there could be kind of a prevailing attitude of almost taking it for granted that the girls are going to get there. But you have to earn these. And when you go 23, 24-0, whatever it is now, is it 24?
24.
24-0. You've done some special things. You have played good basketball because you know everybody's going to throw their best punch at you. And the Bulldogs to this point have absorbed that punch and punched back. It is really something to watch this team play. They're gonna go down there. I think they're gonna surprise a lot of people.
Well, they did not mess around here tonight with Churchill. I mentioned Churchill was a battle-tested team. They had played Springfield. They had played Willamette. Played them each twice in the Midwestern League down in Eugene. And they faced another top team tonight, and the result the same, basically, for them. They go down by 29. West Albany wins going away 55-26. We have one more break. Is that right?
We have one more break, but before you go to it, I'm going to give a score here. Jeff just pointing out. How about Corvallis punching their ticket to Eugene, winning by 29 over Summit?
So it will be a rematch, just as it was last year in the first round of the state tournament when West Albany played Lebanon. So, too, will it be a rematch of Mid-Willamette Conference teams this year. West Albany won both against Corvallis, winning here at West Albany 52-49, winning at Corvallis 56-36. Now they will play on a neutral court on Thursday night. So that will be the next game for the Bulldogs. We're going to take one final timeout, have Jeff Kiter with our final game stats and final thoughts as the Bulldogs win by a final of 55-26 tonight on KSHO.
Staying on top of your savings can be like staying on top of a mechanical bull or an extreme ski slope. But U.S. Bank makes saving easy with Start. Savings today and rewards tomorrow lets you save slow.
Yes.
Or fast. Save $1,000, earn a $50 U.S. Bank Rewards Visa card. Keep the balance for a year and get another $50.
Awesome.
Start today at any U.S. Bank or usbank.com/start. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank. Conditions apply. See the Start program agreement or a banker for details. Deposit products offered by U.S. Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Jeff, one of the brake experts here at Les Schwab. When your brakes need work, all you hear is this. But what we hear is this.
Yeehaw! Boy, you pushing me to the limit. Better fix me up today or there'll be no stopping tomorrow. Hey, let's go play chicken with that brick wall. Woohoo!
If you couldn't tell, that was a 4x4.
For 30 years, we've been the brake experts at Les Schwab, and it shows. Stop in for your free brake check today. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Deleen Myers and Remax Integrity of Albany are two names you can always count on. Remax was built on integrity and is dedicated to service. Deleen Myers is dedicated to assisting you with those same two qualities, integrity and service. Count on Deleen for any real estate-related needs. Deleen Myers would like you to know she is proud to support Bulldog Athletics and proud to assist you with your real estate needs through Remax Integrity of Albany.
Eye-popping graphics on premium fabrics. That's what you'll wear from Northwest Apparel and Graphics. Businesses like Albany's Furniture and Beds, Buckmaster Plumbing, and Rhodes Warden have trusted Northwest Apparel and Graphics for their new appearance. Now you can too, and for a lot less than you'd expect. From vinyl signs and proverbs to screen printing and custom embroidery, Northwest Apparel and Graphics can do it all. No minimum orders for home or business. Learn more by calling 541-259-4545 for Northwest Apparel and Graphics.
Looking to save money on lighting fixtures? Larry and Marge Tomlin, owners of J&J Electric, invite you to compare prices, but don't buy until you've seen the high quality and low prices at J&J. Visit their spectacular showroom. The hometown folks at J&J Electric appreciate your business. J&J Electric, South Pacific and 22nd in Albany.
Unforgettable 920.
And we welcome you back here one final time to West Albany High School. Final score tonight, the Bulldogs 55, the Lancers 26. West off to the state tournament one more time. And I welcome in Jeff Kiter one more time with our final game stats here tonight. Jeff, Wally and I talked about the performance of Ali Nelke all over the place with the points and rebounds, but there were a lot of players tonight who got in the book.
Yeah, and we'll get to some individual numbers. But for the game, West Albany ended up shooting 38% from the field. They were 6 of 17 beyond the three-point line and 10 of 25 inside the three-point line. The Bulldogs also had 36 rebounds, 17 of those on the offensive end. And then they also had 10 assists and 17 turnovers. For Churchill, they ended up shooting 29% for the game. They were 8 of 22, and with a great defensive effort by West Albany, they held them for 0 of 9 from outside the three-point line. And Churchill had 21 turnovers. Those individual numbers, as you mentioned, leading the way in scoring was Corey James. She had 17 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. Kaya Duvall had 4 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. Kate Hibbs had 2 points and 3 rebounds. Ali Nelke, as you mentioned, had 7 points, and 11 rebounds, and 2 assists. I think she had a couple of block shots, too. Yeah, 2 block shots. Lauren Kimura played but didn't score. Ashton Signer had 5 points and 4 rebounds. Ellie Kale had 5 points and 4 rebounds. Olivia Sams played but didn't score. Ashton Parvin had 2 points and 1 rebound. Riley Wetmore played and had 1 rebound and 1 assist. And Lauren Concert, the senior, had 12 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 4 steals. What a great way to end for the senior here on the home court. And congratulations again to the Bulldogs. We wish congratulations to the boys yesterday. So, again, it'll be nice to see both teams down there at Matthew Knight Arena.
Most definitely. Can't wait to be there.
Me either.
Thanks, Jeff.
You bet.
Yeah, again, this one, and this is with no disrespect at all to Churchill, but this one felt like more of a foregone conclusion than the game last night. West was favored, of course, in both games, but there was just more of a feeling that last night might possibly go the other way. This one I thought was more of a sure thing. So the excitement here is not as great, but the result is terrific. Another state tournament trip.
Expectations so high for this team, and because the West Albany boys over the last 2 years had lost in this particular round, I think everybody's just maybe a little bit concerned when Eagle Point was able to keep it close, even with their physical play and West Albany. But once they hit the third quarter, that's when the excitement started for West last night. Tonight, it was, you're right, maybe more of a foregone conclusion. Still very exciting. There's a lot of parents, grandparents, a lot of pictures being taken, a lot of hugs tonight. Everybody realizes just how special this is. For these girls, this isn't routine.
Sure.
This is another trip to Matt Knight, and it's special to them, which means it's special to everybody connected with them.
Including us.
Including us, yeah. I'm kind of excited right now.
Well, basically, now, this means that we have 4 games, at least, down in Eugene. We'd have at least 2 with the boys, at least 2 with the girls. So 4 times we get to sit there courtside, and that's pretty fun for guys who spend their falls and their winters at high schools around the state to get to go down to where the Ducks play. It's a lot of fun.
It is, and they provide for us very well.
Yes.
You've got the separate seating for media when the games are when the games aren't going on. You got the media room. There's a lot of special things about it for us. They make it very, very comfortable for us.
Oh, and speaking of the OSAA, you can catch all of the action from the OSAA State Championships for free at OSAA.tv. OSAA.tv is the home to live and on-demand video coverage of the OSAA State Championships. You can watch this year's events and relive your favorite moments from the past at OSAA.tv, all for free. You can even purchase DVD copies. Check out OSAA.tv today. And on a personal note, I think that site is terrific. I've watched a few of the state championship events on there. It's really a nice addition, OSAA.tv, and you can check out these games if you don't want to listen. Well, how about this? You listen to us and you turn it on your laptop and you turn the sound all the way down. Best of both worlds.
Perfect.
That sounds like a good solution.
Because who doesn't want to listen to Radio Ryan do a game? I love going back, just listening to your voice.
Well, I'm excited to hear last night's. This one, not quite the same pace, and it didn't keep up the same energy. But the game last night really had some plays that I would love to hear again. Now, I'm looking across the way. This is great. The Bulldog shirts that they're wearing. Have you seen these, the state tournament shirts?
Yes, I have. Perry was describing them last night. Coach Stinson, Sean Stinson, supplied these to the Bulldogs last night in the locker room after the game. I love what it says.
It says work all day, play at night, KNIGHT, Night Arena. That's tremendous, and that
Very
is where
clever.
we will come to you from Wednesday night at 8:15, West Albany and Jefferson. Jefferson is the number 1 team in the state in the power rankings. Bulldogs will have their hands full, but they will be ready to go. As we said last night, we were so happy for Coach Zimmerman, equally happy tonight for Coach Haberly and his return to West Albany. Obviously a lot of pressure. Craig Swanson had built this team to new heights, unprecedented heights over the last several years. He moves on to Sprague to be the assistant principal and athletic director. But Mike Haberly comes right in. They don't miss a beat, 24-0, and on their way back to Eugene.
Yeah, and playing a really exciting brand of basketball, too. Good ball movement. He's got a lot of things working well, and he picked up right where Coach Swanson left off with the defense. They are smothering. They are, they get they do such a good job getting out in the passing lanes, swatting at balls, getting just tips on balls, which end up being turnovers for the other team. A lot of things in transition. It's a fun brand of basketball to watch. Coach Haverly hasn't missed a beat in taking over in his first season back.
And for his assistant coach, Courtney Shreve, a return to where she played her collegiate ball. Now, Matthew Knight Arena was not open back then. It was MacArthur Court, but back at the U of O campus for the West Albany Hall of Fame inductee, Courtney Shreve, assisting Mike Haverly this year as the Bulldogs run it to 24-0. They handled Churchill tonight by a final score 55-26 and make their way back to the state tournament. Any final thoughts, Wally, or call this one a wrap?
I'm ready to call it a wrap, and we've had 2 straight days of games, and as exciting as it is, I'm just as excited to get home.
And we'll have a couple of days to rest up. Wednesday night, we'll be back with you in Eugene, 8:15 the tip time, the West Albany boys and Jefferson. The following night, the Bulldog girls and Corvallis will have them both for you right here on 920 KSHO. West Albany taking care of business. Boys and girls both on their way to Eugene. Mighty high times at West Albany High School. Great to have you along for the ride here tonight. For Jeff Kiter and for Wally Ordeman, for Brian Holman, and for my fiancée Jessie, who even made the trip here tonight, thank you for joining us tonight for Bulldog basketball. How about this? 2 teams on their way to Matthew Knight Arena. We'll see you there Wednesday night. Until then, for Jeff and Wally, I'm Ryan. So long from West Albany High School.
If your washer, dryer, stove, or fridge are stone cold dead, then who are you going to call? Like New Appliance at 541-259 at 1131, of course. You see, Like New Appliance is a Mid-Valley's premier recycler, creating like new appliances from your abandoned, lifeless metal rejects. Do your recycling part. Ask for a free discarded appliance pickup today by calling 259 at 1131. That's 541-259 at 1131 for Like New Appliance.
The short drive to Corvallis will save you time and money. This is Steve Buckner from Wilson Motors, inviting you to experience the notable difference at Wilson Motors, 5th and Buchanan in Corvallis. Check us out at saveatwilson.com.
There's a new way to save on this coming season's straw harvest, and you'll find it now at Lynn Benton Tractor. It's called the Big Pack 1290 HDP, and it's Krohn's latest large square baler with a high-density press that increases the weight of each bale by 25%. That means fewer bales per acre, faster baling, and lower production and storage costs. For bales like bricks, see the Big Pack 1290 HDP by Krohn, now at Lynn Benton Tractor's new location on McLean Street in Silverton, and as always along Highway 99E in Tangent.
The Oregon School Activities Association thanks you for listening to this OSAA U.S. Bank Les Schwab Tires State Championship event. Les Schwab Tires celebrating more than 55 years of pride in performance. U.S. Bank proud to celebrate its 27th year of supporting OSAA state championships. We hope you enjoyed this broadcast of an OSAA state championship event.
Thanks for listening to today's broadcast of West Albany High School girls basketball playoff action on the unforgettable 920 KSHO. Bulldogs basketball has been brought to you by Delene Myers of Albany's Remax Integrity, Like New Appliance, Northwest Apparel and Graphics, Burgerville, and by Power Honda. This broadcast is exclusive property of Eads Broadcasting, the unforgettable 920 KSHO, and the Oregon School Activities Association in cooperation with the Oregon Association of Broadcasters. U.S. copyright law protects this broadcast. Duplication or rebroadcast of any portion of this program is strictly prohibited without prior written consent. We now join our regular programming.
You found us, so now tell your friends. America's best music is on the show. AM 920 KSHO.